Where's the stand? Is it behind me? What the freak? Where's the stand? Oh, way over there. Oh, stand is way over here. I think I'm gonna have everything set up when I get in here. I've been in here for a bit because I had to download a ton of videos from my phone over to the over to here to on the my account over here, so I can transfer our videos over to our marketplace, because the pictures and stuff are nice and all, but it really doesn't do it justice from what this stuff does. So I definitely want to be transferring everything over to here. So legendary, right? We're doing videos now. These are legendaries. Oh, I forgot to go in the files and get those. No, let me download them right from here. Let me transfer to the files. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that. Gotta pull these from the file. Right. And pictures. Videos I had to download today. Quite a lot. So it starts from the bottom. So yeah, we got two new screens, actually 3 of them coming out. We have the Luxury Gold. We got a dedicated one designed for 3D mapping, visual effect applications. And there's a new gamer screen coming out, which will be in the shopping cart pretty soon. There's a black version of the Apex, invisible, sunlight technology, all that stuff. And it has a new gain attached to it, which we call ALD. So a new gain. So right now I'm adding all videos, no more pictures, because what's the point of putting pictures in there? Might as well show what this thing does. Since we now have clearance to do this, we're definitely going to do all pictures on here. So I take it that the very end, these would be the ones with the, I'm trying to think what the apexes were first. Where were the apexes at? I don't know why we don't show what's on the video, because this one, I guess I have to preview each one of them. Geesh, so pain in the butt to do this. I know which one's which. Why didn't you just pop the video player so you can see it? Like, instead of putting that nonsense on it, how are you supposed to know which is which? Like having a bunch of cans with no labels. These might be the invisible ones. Man, I thought this would be easy. Done. Really? Why would you leave the labels like this? It's virtually impossible to tell which is which. The labels are like this. Why? I mean, Windows, I know you want your brand on everything, but for goodness sakes, come on now, enough is enough. Jeez, I got like 100 of these suckers in here like this. Yeah, I said here, time's taking trying to figure out which one's which. Jeez. By that, I would have categorized them. These are the pictures we loaded in. That's for the gaming site. There's no way in the world I want to figure out which one of these is which. I think the media player, I can't remember the last time I used the media player on here. Don't remember the last time I used one. Actually, this is going to update it. I haven't used the media player in years. I stream everything. I don't even know what the purpose of basically using them now. Looks like we have no way of knowing which one's which. Because Windows put their mark on all of them. That's why no way to figure it out. Windows literally put their mark on every single one of them. How the freak would you even know which one you're using if they put their mark on every single one of them? Oh, man. There's the video. This right here is a portable 50-inch screen. We're selling these pretty soon on our website. Alright, that right there is definitely the 50-inch screen. That is definitely what you call. Yep, there's more stuff coming out. You know what that means, right? More haters. More haters? Payday. Y'all can't resist. I'm still waiting for the lawyer. You know, you guys are supposed to be contacting us with an attorney. No one's reaching out to us. I'm really getting bothered by this. Which means at the end of the day, we might have to rush you into court. Where's the lawyers at, man? Sitting there waiting for these lawyers. No one's contacting us. What the freak? Seriously, you know you're going to have an attorney reach out to us sooner or later. It's going to happen. So they got to reach out to us. I don't get that. Of course, we got to sign the documents. Y'all don't want to go to court on our terms. We sue you and take you to court. You're going to have to get an attorney. I mean, if you're saying what I'm supposed to be this person today, I don't know why we don't have these attorneys. So for those who don't know, that a bunch of individuals on YouTube are getting sued for a lot of money because they made false accusations about our business. So we're waiting for these attorneys to contact. Not one of their attorneys have contacted. Not one. They haven't even made the effort to get an attorney. Nothing. At all. Which is bad for their case because they're going to get sued. So, I don't know what they're going to do after 90 days. Wait a second for a minute. Oh, I forgot about that. No, we don't have to do that. We don't have to go through any of this bull crap. I literally forgot about that. We can do the whole upload from here. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I literally forgot about that. Whatchamacallit breaks that down. We don't deal with that half. Freaking Wix does that half. We don't have to worry about that. We just load the whole thing in and Wix takes care of it. I already forgot that. That's how I did the other videos. Alright. I think y'all still don't have your addresses, right? We're going to send some letters out to y'all in the next couple of weeks. They're from attorneys explaining to you what's going on and what's about to happen to you. If you receive one of these letters, you just got sued. It's going to advise you to have an attorney contact us. And you don't say something, at least back it up. You know what I mean? You people are like the kind of people that talk trash behind somebody at a bar. Like a local watering hole where everybody goes to drink. And the minute the person comes in that you talk trash about, you change to get a new bar. You're cowards. You're just telling me at the end of the day you don't have evidence. If you don't have evidence, you're gonna jump. That price is gonna go up. So y'all got to do something quick. After next month, this is where we're gonna start jumping the lawsuits a little higher because again, there's nobody reaching back out. And there's no one reaching back out. That means you have no way to defend yourself. So guess what? We're gonna take advantage of that situation. You better contact us. Let me see. Where's this up from 2? This is up from 2. Okay, from here. So I just want to take the whole thing. I'll take these. No, get out of here. I'll take these right here. Nobody's like, anybody contact? Like, no. Hey, Talk, what's up? Ain't nobody reach out yet. Let me see if I want to play for your taco. I can't play that in the background because of the whole copyright thing. Put some fish on for you. There's some giant fish, Chaco. Giant fish, man. Giant fish. Excuse me. I'll just put this on while I'm waiting for this thing to load. Because it's a lot. I'm going to decipher all the pictures. I forgot they do that. They actually break down the image and show you what you're getting. Yeah, it'd take forever to go through all that. I forgot about that part. Come on now, don't get scared. Don't run out of room. Don't get scared. Don't run out of room. We got haters that come in here and watch me, right? And the minute I mention certain keywords, they disappear. Because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to be reminded of this. Everybody's wrong. They don't want to be reminded that they're getting sued. Look, if somebody's on YouTube talking about throwing you in jail and taking everything from you, that's harassment. You can literally get an attorney, but you can't get an attorney because what I just said was true. That's why. That's why I come on here and I make these statements because I know darn well they can't get an attorney. We know that already from the door. But if they had a leg to stand on, which they don't, that's a big shark. That's a really big shark. If they had a leg to stand on, which they don't, they would have been had an attorney contact me by now. Nah, they don't have a leg to stand on. Nothing at all. I'm gonna put this screen down. Please don't bump my projector. I see you over there flying around. Yep. I'm gonna do a couple of videos so I can use record against you. I'm gonna put them out to clear. Get an attorney and contact us. Make 4 of these videos. I can show the judge, look, we reached out to him 4 times, asking them to have an attorney reach out to us. And anybody respond back? Nope, not one person responded back. Ugh. Nobody wants to go to court. Of course not. You don't want to go to court. If you can't back up your claim, you're in a lot of trouble. Oh, is this spinning through? Oh, these are spinning through. Okay, that means I can go back and get the other ones. All right, these are already uploaded. I'm going to grab these 2. I hope it doesn't bump my machine. I see you right next to my machine. I do. Hey, don't lick that projector. Leave that projector alone. Go get your toy and skedaddle. You know I can see you, right? Over there fighting your toys. You got the other ones over there? The other one's in the box. And the other one's in the box. Get that one over there. It's right next to the projector. Just grab that one. That's your other toy, buddy boy. Get your other toy. Get your other toy. Dr. Skedaddle. Skedaddle. I'm like, where are these attorneys at? It's only supposed to be reached by now. It's like 8 days ago we made this statement. And still nothing. Come on, y'all gotta hurry up and get it together. You gotta reach out to us sooner or later. Gotta have a defense attorney. Now, I know in the back of their mind, they don't want to hear this. But remember, sunshine, you committed the crime, you got to do the time. That's all it comes down to. That's all to it. Ugh, that's a big turtle. Are they fighting or mating? I don't even know. Yep. Ugh. Even when I'm done with the streams, I'm still going to do mashups on basically requesting attorneys. Because again, like I said, if you're going to make an accusation about me at the end of the day, you sure enough are going to have to back it. I'm going to bug you every single day. Even when I'm off streams, because I got to do something else, I'm going to still do mashups, requesting attorneys. I'm going to put your names on blast. So you can show the judge, like, look, we even told them to get us attorneys and didn't get nothing. Where are these lawyers at? Y'all claim you're going to get nothing yet. Now, if you're going to say me at the end of the day, I literally have so much evidence against you guys that an attorney is not even necessary for us. Literally. We can go in and do that ourselves. We have that much evidence. Only person, I have a person who's coming in to do all the paperwork for us. That's basically about it. That's all we need, just the paperwork. I don't understand that stuff with the law stuff at the end of the day. But I do know how to defend myself in court. I definitely know that. And by myself. Especially when you got overwhelming evidence where basically it's an easy win. Oh yeah, why in the world would I pay an attorney and give them like half of what I get or a percentage of what I get when I can just go in and present that and just lock you down that quick? So all we need is somebody that's going to do the litigation, the paperwork, and all that stuff. We got somebody, I know attorneys, so take care of that for me. They said, we'll come and we'll do all the paperwork. You pay us a little bit of a fee, that's it. And you can walk in and do it yourself. He said, you don't need us. He said, I can't believe somebody was that dumb enough to produce that much evidence on them to get themselves in the situation they're in right now. That's just crazy. And no, we don't need you in a room to have this conversation. You can go bye-bye now. Because at the end of the day, like I told you, my videos go everywhere. That's what we're doing right now. We're loading stuff on the website right now. Our videos are all getting transferred to the website. Now, where's the rest of my stuff? Bum, 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 bum. We got a new audience. We got out here now. New audience. Now, the new technology we got right there, I don't know if that technology is going to make it there on the website in time before 2027. Because again, I told you in 2027, we are not going to be doing any type of business online. It's going to be for the gamer, but the gamer stuff won't be around until maybe about, I don't know, end of 2027. We don't know. Unless somebody decides to get a distributorship, which I don't know about that either. Wait, so that's 2. So wait, am I going to hit pictures in this thing right now? No. Alright, just whatever comes up, just whatever comes up. I don't know how that file's going to go through. That's going to be weird. Let me see. Wait, those are the 2 you got. If there's anything under this 2. One day. Yeah, anything underneath these 2. Oh, it's going to be a massive upload. I have no idea we get this many. Yeah. How many videos we got? Ooh, really that many? 228 files? Well, it's got its work cut out for itself. 228 videos about to be loaded up on this machine. Jeez! Yeah, all videos. We're not doing any more pictures. All video demonstrations from now on. And don't give us access to that no one else. And if you're one of those people at the end of the day are tired of hearing it, I don't care. You know why? When people attack me, I have a right to talk about this at the end of the day. If you don't like it, do me a favor, unsubscribe. That's what you do. I keep telling you at the end of the day, man, we got a whole new platform. B2B business. All this out here, we get to play around in. I'm renting out parking lots next summer to display these giant screens. These things are going to be absolutely amazing. We got so much stuff lined up. We got trade shows, all types of stuff. This technology. Do you think YouTube is the only channel we get access to? Heck no. I'm on multi-different channels. I have several blogs. Man, we're all over the place. Even if you type up certain keywords, you can spell them incorrect. We come up all over AI. So if you think here on YouTube, basically, is where you pick, not even control YouTube. We have 15,000 videos. Everything that comes up is under us. No, you don't have any control. Now, I can tell you one thing. Get an attorney to reach out to us. I'm so sick and tired of y'all on your channel crying and whining. Get the attorney to reach out to us. Competition, you don't have anything. You can't even beat the Imperial. It's only 10% technology done. You can't touch it. $60 projector on a giant screen. I can't even touch this. I can turn my lights on and still watch it. And then we got new technology coming out, which you know nothing about. Oh, yeah, new technology coming out already. Got this new black Apex screen coming out. This thing's gonna be amazing. We only the size of that screen. If that's what the size of it, yeah, the size of the screen is 24 by 36. That's what they come in, 24 by 36. I forgot roughly the price of it, but that's what they are. So, you know, if you're stuck, some people are afraid to go out and do business in the mainstream because, I don't know, maybe they don't trust their product all that well. That's why they don't do videos out in the mainstream. You can't go up with a bunch of people and talk about your product because it doesn't work. If you can't back it up on YouTube, you can't back it out in the mainstream. It won't work. Like sitting in some church saying at the end of the day, the screen will look better once we calibrate it. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't even want to hear that nonsense. If I have a church, calibrate? What are we calibrating for? I've been through calibration. I'm pretty sure they went through a calibration process when they hooked up that projector and white screen. They definitely went through a calibration process. They definitely went through that. I think the only difference is I bet you the person who put the screen in had all the lights on in there. Because that'd be the dumbest thing to do, install a screen when it's half lit in the environment. Especially when the environment has to be lit all the time. Why is it half lit in there? And then ask the question like, all the lights on? If you can't see that all the lights on, that shows that you are not a professional at the end of the day. See the axis over there, Fernando? See how it's dark over there? That's not normal. That has to be well lit. That's a fire hazard right there. They can get shut down for that. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot of lighting in a church. If I was a preacher and I heard that the other day, I was like, wait a minute. You're supposed to be a professional in this field. I'm pretty sure you sold the print to them on a term that they could use it in a fully lit environment. I'm pretty sure you did. So with that being said, those questions you would have asked, that's why he never came down and had this conversation or talk with them. He just kept pacing back and forth because now he's looking at the dark side where his screen at, but his screen got all this light over here. That's not your stuff. That's the screen when it wasn't painted. You don't know what you're doing. You don't even trust your product enough. Especially if they found out that we made your stuff and shipped it to you using your own ingredients and you sent it back. How many people right now would buy that stuff? I mean, come on, man. Your customers know what your stuff is. Oh, by the way, you got another request coming today to make the paint. So we're still waiting. We are still waiting. I'm going to be loading it up on ABS forms pretty quick to say, hey, look, we got a little contest for so-and-so and so. We just need to make this paint. It matches its stuff. Now, if you won't do it, your subscribers will do it. Just like the last time. So I know you don't like it and you don't want to do it, but you're going to do it. Man. All this bark at the end of the day. No bite. Well, look. Either way, you're going to have an attorney reach us. You have no choice in this. When the lawsuits go through, when those documents come through, when the process servers hit your door, there's a notice in those things. It's going to tell you have 30 days to get yourself ready for court, which means they require you to have a criminal defense attorney, which you're going to have to need. And when you get this criminal defense attorney, they have to reach out to us. They have to. Like if I'm basically suing someone, I've done this before, I got to send stuff to them at the end of the day. Now, that gives them the option to say, hey, maybe we can fight this or maybe we can't fight this. Maybe we can work out a plea deal. Maybe we can do a little bargaining here. That's what that is for. So when your attorney reaches out to me, no plea deal. So you notice from the door. But I do want him to come down or her to come down, whatever, and see the technology or come to the many stores. We're going to have it installed. Because I want them to see that your claim is crap. And they need to fire you, which they are. You're not going to win that case. You said this screen right here, all my screens, you said all my screens. You didn't say one of them, you said all my screens are scams. You said all my screens are unwatchable, all my screens can't be seen. That's what you said, right? All of y'all. All right then, we'll see you in court. If you don't want to sign, get it over and done with, go into court with us, still gonna get sued for $1 million, but at least you might not get any prison time out of it. That's a better chance right there. Or if you want to basically hold out, and we go to federal, then you're going to get 20 years for fraud against my business. And you're going to be caught up in a conspiracy charge, which you do not want. And you choose what you want to do. Remember, time is running out. By the time summer comes here, the offer is off the table. Now, some of you can't make that offer because you know what? Pride. Well, guess what? The devil had pride too. Didn't work out too well for him, did it? So if I were you at the end of the day, figure it out. Or at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself away from your home and family for a very long time. And your financial well-being is going to be in ruin until we get done with you. I mean, look, how hard can it be? You're just going to have to prove that screen just doesn't work. Which I don't know how that would even work because it's going to be it's in several locations. Customers have it. If it looked the same way on your video, it won't work at all. If you're saying it's camera tricks at the end of the day, that's going to cost you $10 million. If you make that statement, I'm going to daylights at you for that one. That's a very serious statement to make. So if that means if it's camera equipment, that means that everybody who has my screen would have the same phone and the same technology? Is that what you're saying? Mess around and get yourself a tinfoil hat and a 302. They're going to think you're crazy. Nah. That's just excuses you made to try to cover up things. Well, those things you said now got you sued. 200. We got 40 today. 40 individuals who thought their accounts weren't going to be found. We found your account. Got your IPs too. So guess what that means? Trace. Get that subpoena. Figure out exactly what your internet provider is. Get your data. See you in court. Man, this is good. You guys are making us money. Look at the size of that shark. I love sharks. It's a big guy at the end of the day. Just swimming through. Yeah. Come on, we plan to get more. I'm literally, for the people I'm bringing on board to track down, I'm giving them bonuses like trips to Hawaii or whatever. Who can track down the most at the end of the year? Got to motivate people to hunt. Yep, bonuses, depending on how many you get in the year, is what you get for a bonus. Maybe extra money in your banking account, maybe like a trip to Hawaii, something like that, something cool. They usually have contests among themselves, like they put up a PS5 or something, and the first person gets so amounts, they get the PS5. They make challenges within themselves. And words upon words, we can start putting rewards on your heads, on your channels, which means at the end of the day, I'll pay people on YouTube to track your stuff. I'm going to hunt you guys every single day. You even mention anything you put in with the word scam and Kenneth Berger and my company, it's going to cost you millions of dollars. And with the track record we're going to have it dragging you guys in and out of court, what's going to be on record, knowing that we've had this problem and issue, it'll make an easy way to prosecute you in court. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, the download. Then it's download. What we got going here? 225. Maybe we should do it bit by bit by bit. We should just broke it up here, broke it up there, broke it up here, broke it up there. Did that way instead. That'd have been a lot faster. Get these videos loaded in. Get that done. What else are we doing? We got some other stuff we're going to do today too. Get ready to get the prep job for this thing done. I think I got all the equipment I need, so I should be good. I got everything I need for it. Get this thing installed in. Yeah, when your lawyer reaches out, I got a little couple nice restaurants and one we can go. Yeah, my screens are in there. So how you like the screen? Owner come over and say, yeah, the thing is beautiful. Freaking love it, man. The screen is gorgeous. You're screwed. If he gets up on the table and says they have to make a phone call, you are screwed. Every attorney you get, I'm going to make sure they come see me. I want a track record. When attorneys fire you, at the end of the day, mind you, this gets out. They write it in their report. So if another attorney looks it up, he has to look at the previous attorney that you have. It's like a job application. He gets fired from his job, they look it up. So he's going to contact the previous attorney and say, hey, why in the world did you drop his case so suddenly? And they'll say, hey, I met the guy who basically designs that screen, and it is nothing like he said. He's going to drop your case. Yeah, you definitely dropped the case. Next, how come we're not talking about the new technology? There's something to talk about. Till we show it off. What's the point? It's a new game we got. The ALD, it's a new game for that technology, strictly designed for that. We can do that. We can change the game if we want. You know, like go outside and do demonstrations out in the sun. We have that capability. Yes, we do. We're going to do a little test run on the site. This is out of curiosity to see what happens. I like to run these little tests. If it works out well, then who knows? We may stick around online. If it doesn't, then I got other business to conduct. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so we're going to be showing the screen interface soon. Probably next week, I don't know. I got to do an installment next week for some other stuff, but yeah, here's that. Fernanda, we're gonna make contact with your landlord again Monday. I got her email account, so I'm going to send her out a nice letter explaining the situation and how bad it's going to get. Ignoring it's not going to help you. It's just like you ignore stuff all the time. You can't ignore everything. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work to ignore things. You got to face them head on. That's what helps. Face them head on. That's what you got to do. So we're going to try again. I want to show the courts that I made several efforts to reach out to your landlord. Several efforts. Now I know the building's roughly worth under $1 million. Found that out, but it's roughly worth under $1 million. 900 something thousand, whatever, and down is what it's worth. So most likely you're going to hit the building for $3 million. They know they can't pay it. It'll swallow up the building and then anything else around it. It'll take it up with it. And then with the stuff in there, with the whole fake leases and stuff like that, and she'll lose her renter's license on that path. She will. Can't make a fake lease. A fake lease will get you in a lot of trouble. That's what happened to the guy over the building. See, the thing about it is, some people get in the business, they don't know the paperwork part of it all. Paperwork is basically the bread and butter that keeps your whole entire establishment together. Without that paperwork being done correctly, you can lose your building. And it's a simple process, but some people just don't know how to handle that part. And you hire somebody, hopefully, whatever goes on with that. But anyway, yeah, simple paperwork. He still has to have a lease. Now you can say you have to have a lease for renting rooms. Anytime you rent something, it has to be a lease. And the people in the building should request a lease because the lease basically protects your butt. See, if the guy decides to sell the building, that means you're kicked out in the street. You don't have a lease. You have no freaking grounds of being able to have any rights whatsoever if you don't have a lease. Because at least in the lease, you get like 30 days before you can be evicted from the building. But in his situation, no. Because he doesn't have a lease. Therefore, he has no rights at all when in the building, at all, period. Now, if it's in somebody else's name, he's still screwed because his name is not on the lease. He can still be asked to remove himself out of the building. So say if the person decides that he wants the place where he's at, he can get him out of there just like that. His name's on the lease. Now the question is about this lease. Did he sign his name to the lease that was undocumented? Or did the person sign their name to the lease and sign his name to the lease? And that's what will come in. You can go to a whole court case on a freaking lease. But we do have an email him stating that he put stuff in other people's names. So we got a confession from him actually making this statement. Especially when he was bragging about not having paperwork. That's not, people usually have something in somebody else's name. That's that. But then when you're bragging about not having paperwork and can't be found and can't be convicted because everything is in somebody else's name, good luck trying to take anything, there you go. You just incriminated yourself right there. So with that being said, they're going to look at it as a way as whose name is on that paperwork. That's much like you just threw that person under a bus. Your name pops up on that paperwork, you're in a lot of trouble. You get caught up in that whole scheming thing he did, and your evidence holding the item? Gee whiz, come on, man. That's almost as dumb as robbing a bank, holding the bags in your hand, and having your name and address on a big billboard behind it. This is me. This is me. You're going to get freaking 10 years in county for basically receiving stolen items. Now, the best way they could probably get out is just say, hey, we didn't know. We didn't know it was stolen stuff. We didn't know basically it was printed. We didn't know that. I talking to my buddies about that. He said, I don't know how they're going to get out of that. You're going to testify against them. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to testify against them for that mess that went on with that whole printing nonsense. But that's the least of his problems right now. The bigger chunk of his problems right now is he got to make it down here to Pennsylvania. And he can't get down here. Wait, let me see. What's he gonna do? Oh, I don't know. Don't even care. Just got to figure out how to get down here. Wait. Hold up, man. If you didn't have documents, then why in the world would you send me an email? I gotta dig that one up. You send me an email telling who's gonna pay for my hotel accommodations. How the frick would you even get down here to begin with to worry about a hotel accommodation? I don't even know how that would even work. That's why I say a little message to you, Fernando. At the end of the day, I couldn't care less what you say. Everything you got is to be in document as we speak. But I couldn't care what you do and what you say, because at the end of the day, you got 90 freaking days to get your butt down here to Allentown, PA, or you're going to get bench warrants thrown on you. That's all that matters. That's it. So whatever you say, whatever you do, doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, it only comes down to one thing. Get your butt down here, or you're going to get a bench warrant in 72 hours. That's all that matters. You can go on your channel, you can rant about this, you can talk about our problem. It don't make a difference. All that's gathered for court. Don't care. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. Get your butt down here. If you don't, and when you get that notice, I'm going to, of course, smile from ear to ear because I know what's going to happen to you. The judge's going to issue a bench warrant. You're going to see some police on your front porch, put you in handcuffs, and cart you away. So you better make sure you make it here. You got 9 of these things filed against you? That's not good. You're going to see the seriousness of this case. There's none of these we had to file against them. One of them involves copyrights, the trademark nonsense that went on. We filed one of those against them. So you better show up. So you can go on your channel and blah, blah, blah you want. Don't care. You can do this. I don't care. At the end of the day, make sure you're here. That's all that matters. All your stuff is just gathered for evidence anyway. That's why most people, when they have paperwork or anything filed against them, you know what they do? They lay low and they shut up. That's what they do. Not him. He just keeps running his mouth. So they just keep documenting stuff, stacking over to print everything up and get it ready for more court trials. Every time you do something, I file one of these charges against you. You want 20? You'll have 20 of these things lined up against you. And everything you do on your channel, we scan it, put it into the system. So just one is going to do the job. You're going to get sued for 12 grand. That's definitely going to happen. Then while you're in the lockup system, get another lawsuit coming up for maybe $150,000. You don't have much anyway, so ain't much we're going to be able to get out of you anyway. You have probably no banking account. We already know that from the door because you don't have paperwork. You have no banking account. Everything you say is in someone's name. And the only thing you can have in someone's name is really, taking the truth, is pretty much apartment, a house, major stuff, a car. But your trinkets and stuff, you'll put that in somebody else's name. You just buy that. But other than that, no, you don't have anything basic. And then you borrow your stuff. So that stuff will be taken out of your apartment. What's left of that, I don't even know. Then your landlord's going to get hit. She's going to be ticked off. And chances are your wife and whatever's going to get evicted from out of the apartment. Because again, she can't keep them in there. You got a lot of problems coming your way. But we don't care about you ranting and carrying on your channel. Don't make a difference. At the end of the day, make sure you're behind. Is when that date comes up, make sure you get yourself an attorney to defend yourself, and make sure you're here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's it. That's what it all comes down to. You can talk about our paints being trash. You can talk about our stuff being a scam. You can talk all that trash. But at the end of the day, you better be here. It's not. When I'm sitting in that courtroom and they call your name over and over again and you don't show up, I already know you can't make it there. I'm going to smile from ear to ear. They're going to put a bench warrant for you behind. I already know what's going to happen to you. So, yeah. They got your license plate to your truck. Oh, everything on you. LLC, everything is on you, man. They got everything on you. Your landlord's apartment, even though places where your family live at, they're going to go everywhere. They're going to track down every single person and go and see them to figure out where the freak you at. And if you run, you got a bounty hunter that's going to come after you, because I'm going to stick that bounty hunter on you. And then you get a chance to meet him. Well, the Marine you talked about kicking this behind. You get a chance to meet him. I bet you won't have all that talk when you run up on you. I guarantee you be quiet as a mouse. I bet you won't even say a word. Probably even quiet a little. You're a big guy today, very well trained by Uncle Sam. You're going to disrespect our troops at the end of the day? You're about to find out. So, go ahead and run and see what happens. I want that dash cam. I want that body cam. We get the body cam. We get arrested. I want the body cam. I'm going to talk to somebody down to see how we can get access to that. You never have to bring in an attorney to get access. I'm getting that body cam. I want to see the reaction. Now, as for the 3D printing machines and all that stuff, you probably won't get access to that. You probably can't, because it's evidence. But chances are, when they hit him with that claim, where basically did all that trademark violation nonsense he went on in there, they're going to take the machines as evidence to prosecute him. Anything he has in there, they're going to take that. And then the thing about it, in launch investigation, they're going to go through the storage units, all that. Anybody's name on this stuff, they're under investigation now. Going to ask you, how much did you know about this stuff? Which is messed up for his sister. How much did you know about this stuff? Did you know this printing and stuff? Well, yeah, in the storage unit, you're going to get charged for that. You can't put stuff like that in a storage unit. You know, Charlie, you said you ever read them forms on that on a storage unit, and it tells you not to have stuff in there you're not supposed to have. What happens if you have stolen items stored in a storage unit? Look at serious charge. You can go to jail for this. She's gonna go to jail for this bullcrap. Stolen teams in a storage unit is a serious crime that can lead to felony charges. That's why they give you that little piece of paper, which reads over it, asks you clearly what is in your unit. So long-term imprisonment, hefty fines. Law enforcement can seize. Arrest permit. Yeah, she's gonna go to jail. This is why you don't put your name on other people's stuff. This is why you never ever put your name on other people that you really, and I still wouldn't do it either. You don't come to some bolt cutter and bust the lock open. Now, if he moved it, keep in mind there's cameras all over that whole entire facility. So they got him on camera walking into the unit. They got him walking out with boxes. They got all that on evidence, Jamie. So even if you go in and you remove anything on it, cameras caught everything. One of the things they ask for in a storage unit, license plate. They request your license plate number. When she's driving her vehicle, she goes over there. They got her license plate. Now he think at the end of the day, not gonna get me because it's in her name, which is messed up because that's the sister at the end of the day. But I don't think she's gonna sit there, or she's gonna have to take. She's gonna take that, but she definitely gonna give you up. And you already being charged for it anyway, because we got you on videos and pictures and stuff selling stolen items from companies. And then you got you at the Comic-Con over there. They got cameras over there to record it and document it. You walking in and out with all this stuff. Customers buying items, all that stuff is recorded. Storage unit, everything recorded. Digital age. Can you use your vendor's license if you're caught having stolen items in your booth? Or you can't use it for that. No, you cannot use a vendor's license just by protecting yourself from your stolen teams in your booth. So you're gonna say she could say, well, it wasn't in my booth. Technically it was. Because there's no way in the world that he could get in and apply for a vendor's license because he doesn't have documents. That's why. So with that being said, you have to find somebody who has a vendor's license to get into those places. Comic-Con definitely asks for documents if you're going to be having something selling in their item. And in that small print, it does say that your items can't be counterfeit and da. Problem she has at the end of the day, stuff was counterfeit. Even though it's not connected to her table, she bought it in. And she could have easily said, nope, I'm sorry. I can't do this. I don't want to lose my license. I don't want to go to jail. But she didn't because she was right there in the video. And he announced her. That's even worse. He sat there and said, that's my sister over there. So even at the end of the day, if he never announced her, she could have easily said, I don't even know that person, to save her neck. But he announced it. That's my sister, and she's been collecting for a long time and laughing. So you have to think about Fernando at the end of the day. It needs that self-gratification. That self-gratification when you're doing a crime, it's gonna get you pinched, which you just did, and you just got your sister pinched too. She's gonna lose her license. She's gonna go to jail. And you said everybody's stuff is in everybody else's name, right? All your stuff is in somebody else's name. Now you gave them reason to look. So now they're gonna go and they're gonna look through everybody, everything you may have, figure out whose names are involved, and they're gonna bring them in for questioning now about you. Threw everybody in a bus. Now, if you didn't say anything, well, technically I would think we would have something in somebody's name, but we wouldn't know what. Yep. I don't get where he said, good luck finding me. You know where you're at. You don't have no place to go. Where are you going to go? Literally. Every place you go to requires state ID. Literally, every place requires a state ID. Every place requires a state ID. So where in the world would you go? Usually, truthfully, I got friends of mine who didn't, at one point, when they came here, didn't have paperwork. They got their citizenship and everything before that guy got in office. And they said at the end of the day, it's true. If you find a place that they don't ask a lot of questions, you will stay there forever. You're not going to run the risk to leave that place to go someplace else that you might be rejected. Or he may ask for something that you got away in the last place, but you can't get away here. Now where are you going to go? You know, left a good spot at the end of the day. That's why he's been there for so long. Any place you go to rent, the first thing they answer is photo ID. Ask for your social security number. They ask for major information that he don't have. So if he found a spot that basically is going to click for him, he's going to be there forever. Why would he leave? Whew. Why in the world would he leave? Why? Why would he leave? Am I in your head rent-free, Fernando? I'm in your head rent-free. Why would you leave? You got it good. You got a spot you can go to and set up shop and do whatever you do, blah, 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 blah. And the landlord doesn't ask a lot of questions. As long as you pay the money, that's it. Now, if you don't have any paperwork, how did you get a lease? You don't have a lease. Like I said before, you don't have a lease. I was right on that. You confirm what I told you didn't have. You don't have a lease. If you can have a lease, the landlord can kick you out anytime she wants to. And she thinks you're bringing enough heat to the building. And she finds out that we went through Homeland Security about the problems we were having with you over here, these threats you were sending out and carrying on and acting up toward American citizens. She's going to kick you out of that building. You're going to mess up her whole operation because you're out there doing what you want to do. And I guarantee you're going back and you're lying to her so she can cover herself up. You won't tell her the whole truth, but if you told her the whole truth, that'd be a problem. But she's going to find us sooner or later because now that we know where she's at in the building, we got a couple of certified letters coming to her door to explain to her the situation. You're going to try to figure out how to get out there and discourage the mailman. It's certified. You can't touch them. Those letters only go to her and her only. So anybody else, their information didn't come up like that. Only hers. Only the owners come up like that. So anyway, your information will come up like that unless you are basically put your information out there. But her information has to come out there because she's renting the building out. Who are you going to contact if you have to go and you're going to get an apartment there? You got to reach out to her. And guess what? Her information will be out there. She's the owner of the unit. That's why something must be wrong there. I say one thing. I don't think she knows everything. I think he's been lying to her a lot. Because if that's the case, if she knew everything and she was on board with you 100%, you wouldn't have had two fake attorneys contact us, or two fake landlords contact us. And we got the voice recordings. These people claiming they own that building, which I'm going to send to her on a flash drive. You have got two people to impersonate your landlord that may claim that you were living there. Liar. Yep. Let me see. Can you imagine if they arrest him on a golf course? He tries to get away in a golf cart. So the guy you ticked off Matrix, he located all your locations, your golf course, all your places. He has all files going on everything. Any place you go to, he has it noted. Careful of the people you tick off at the end of the day talking trash. When they come looking for you, everywhere you go. And what this guy didn't do was, and he made the LLC, and you made it public domain on a brick and mortar. You see that serial number that pops up at the top? That's your filing number. That means if your family members were in any white pages because of your last name matches theirs, it brought up every single family member. That's how we found out. We didn't have to look for them. You did it to yourself. That serial number at the bottom. And he figured it out. He removed it. But before he removed it, we copied it. So that serial number at the top, if his last name matches theirs, anyone that matches his, their address will pull. Yep. When I saw that, I was like, oh, crap. Got the whole bunch, all of them. Well, he did that. On top of that, he was using the family member's name because that 317 Current Street came up in that file. It's a family member. He's using her name by permission. Your address. That's how we ended up getting the we sent the documents to from the lawyer. Oh, Fernando, I can't wait till the 90 days is up. It's not full 90. It's within the 90 days. So it could be next week. It could be next month, but it has to be, the limit is 90 days. But he might even make it to court. Because in that, it's a letter. There's a couple of letters in there. The letters state that he's basically undocumented. It shows the email he sent to us, bragging about how he can't be touched and how you can't find him because the paperwork is in there. So the minute investigators find this, at the end of the day, they're going to contact Homeland Security. So you might not even make it here. You might just get ice on your front porch because of the fact it's in there stating that we want it filed, and your confession, your email stating that you do what you want to do. So I looked at that, I was like, of all people to send that to, you send it to me? What are you, stupid? You know I'm going to use that against you at the end of the day. Heck yes. You made it much easier for me to get you now. I bet you the devil told you at the end of the day, go tell him this because this will discourage him from pressing charges against you. See, this is why the devil thinks you're a complete idiot. You know why? We were already there. Why would you write down on the paper that good luck trying to get a process server to get to my address because you don't exist? You do know we were already there, right? That's the part that baffles me. Well, if you look at the whole process and how Satan is leading him along, you can see where he got him in all this trouble. We got an LLC. Satan came in and said, hey, get an LLC too. You're better than him, blah, 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 blah. You got an LLC. You don't even know how to do an LLC. From your handwriting and some of the stuff I've seen already on your website, we know you don't know the you don't know the, you better get somebody else, pay somebody, a full lawyer to do that for you. You don't know what you're doing. Of course, you didn't. I was right. So you got the LLC, and now your address that was hidden at one point is now out in the open. Everybody knows where you're at. The devil turned around and made it so that you're out so everybody can find you. Let me make you commit crimes, and then I want you to expose yourself so everybody knows where you're at. Now you got all these crimes over your head. Every agency, every law enforcement knows where you lay at right now. Now, if you're thinking, how come they haven't come and get you? Fernando, you don't know the justice system of the United States. They have to go through a kind of a review on all your paperwork. They don't just rush in and just the minute someone makes an announcement, that's the case, it'd be a witch hunt, be a Salem witch hunt all day long. Now they have to gather all the information, all the evidence on you, and then they have to go through all that evidence to make sure that there's enough there to bring you to court. That's all they have to do. If there's enough there for court, then the next stage is to take all this information and bring it before a judge or DA or whatever, and they basically sign off, okay, this is the court date we're going to have, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's enough to prosecute you. That's how that starts. And then they send a process server to your front door to alert you that, hey, you just got sued or you got to appear in court on this particular date, da-da-da-da-da, and then that's it. That's how it works. It isn't the minute you say something, an army comes rushing to your door and no, it doesn't work that way. It's called due process. The right to due process. Innocent before found guilty. That's how it works. So, what's going to happen is, all the information we have, all the dumb stuff you did, all compiled together, information sent over to the courts, then they go through all that information to see if there's enough evidence, like Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, his packet, all his paperwork and all that stuff was sent to the post office. Post office sent us back a letter saying, hey, there's enough evidence to prosecute this man. Now, they close their case on their end, and it goes to post office investigators, the federals. They take care of that. They go through the whole entire form, they read it again, make sure everything's good. If there's enough there, make sure 100%. We want to prosecute people for not doing the wrong thing. And if there's enough, then they know it's enough for an arrest. Now, because you're in Baltimore, and that investigation happened over in Pennsylvania, what they'll do is they'll transfer that information over to field officers in Baltimore, which have the jurisdiction to arrest you. That's the stage you're at right now. So once it reaches them, and they make contact with us, and we tell them, yeah, we want to press charges, all that stuff from there, they start the process of getting a warrant for your arrest. You will be arrested, as I said before. So you're done. Bye-bye. As for the other one, well, once the date comes in, and they basically send this information to your front door, the 30 days to get an attorney, so you can defend yourself, and you got to go from there. When the court date comes up, if you're a no-show, you get a bench warrant. And a bench warrant, as I said before, you got 72 hours before they'll reach you. All that paperwork has to go through. Over here, Baldwin Police will get a fax from the police, or I guess the judge from over here, wherever they're going to have a prosecutor, and they'll explain to you that, look, we have an arrest warrant for this particular individual, we need him picked up. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, we need him picked up. And that's what we're going to do. They have your address and all your information because we put it in all those files. And those files have the same address you have on your LLC. They know exactly where you live at. Every single agency we contact knows where you're at. So with that being said, they're going to come to your apartment, knock on the door, ask you to come to the door. And if you don't want to come in, then guess what? They're going to take that little gate down and they'll come in and get you behind. Throw some handcuffs on you, cart you down those stairs, walk you down through that little metal door you had, little gate, and stick you in the back of a car. And that's where you're going to sit back there and you're going to cry like a little girl. Because I know you're going to cry like a little girl. And they're going to drive you away, take you down to the precinct, and start the process of processing you. Take the laces out, your belt out, your fingerprints. You've seen it on TV before. You're going to go through the whole 9 yards. And when they're done taking little pictures and stuff, they're going to stick you in the holding cell. And then they're going to contact them and say, hey, we got him. He's in a holding cell. Y'all can come pick him up. Now, two things can happen in that situation. They can look at your document, look at you and see you don't have proper identification on you and you have committed crimes, which means you fit the criteria of an ICE pickup. Which means they can contact them and say, hey, look, we got a person of interest over here. They can contact back over there and say, hey, the person we just picked up doesn't have any paperwork on him whatsoever, and he's just accused of a bench warrant. A bench warrant can get you deported. You have a bench warrant on you now. What do you want us to do? We can contact ICE and have them pick them up now, or we can send them over to you, and you can deal with it. That's what's going to happen, I guarantee you. So if they give the go-ahead on this side, and they say, well, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and do it. You take care of it. You're going. You have no identification on you, man. If you get pinched by a cop, how are you going to be able to show identification? There you go. And you got picked up on a bench warrant. So that's automatically a felony. So they're going to contact him. So there's a good chance he may not even make it to court here. He's going to be deported. And then the thing about it is when they come in to get you, they're going to ask questions. Where did you get him from? Where was he picked up at? What's the apartment number? They may go back. So that's what I mean, Fernando. Whatever you do, whatever you try, whatever, it's all going to lead to one thing for you. You're going to be arrested. What to say? That's the creepiest looking creature I've ever seen in my entire life, and I didn't realize it's a humpback whale. It's all going to lead to one thing. No matter what you do, it's all leading to one thing. Your arrest. That's it. That's what it all leads down to. You can talk all the trash on your channel. You can talk about our products. You can talk about my family and friends. It don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, you're getting arrested. That's all to it. You don't show up, get a bench warrant. That's all to it. We filed against you already. This ain't a lawsuit we filed. We filed a lawsuit already. We filed a private criminal complaint against you. 9 of them. So that means you're going to have to show up. All right. Let me see where I got to go from here. I got stuff to upload. Yo, I'll talk. I don't make a difference. I'll talk. I don't care. At the end of the day, you're getting arrested. That's all to it. That's all that matters. Like Mr. Williams. Williams can talk about the trash from Sunday. It don't make a difference. He's going to jail. That's it. He's going to be arrested. If he was here, he would have been arrested already, because she just sat there and said, at the end of the day, we can't arrest him here. You would have been arrested if you were down here already. Out of our jurisdiction, was send it up there and let them take care of it. That's what we're going to do. You're going to be arrested. They have enough evidence to start the process to have him arrested. So Williams, you're out the door. Now, when they arrest you and they got you in lockup, I guess they're gonna bring you here. You'll be brought here. You'll be brought down here. So with that being said, once that goes through and you're incarcerated and you're locked up, we're gonna sue your building. Because there's no way in the world you're gonna win this lawsuit. No way in the world you're gonna win the criminal charges. Your evidence, your fingerprints are all over the inside of those letters. You wrote your name on them multiple times. You sent half-naked pictures of open postcards. You had identity theft on your hands, and you were using other people's addresses to commit crimes. And then on top of that, you were sending half-naked pictures. That's against the law. You send anything to the mail that has anything on it that has to do with anything involving any kind of sexual content, they have to cover all that up in brown paper bags. All that brown paper bags, something, you have to cover something up. You can't just throw it on the porch and a kid pick that up and see that. That has to be covered up. And you didn't send these postcards inside of an envelope, which if you did, you still would have got busted, but not as bad as you're about to get busted now. You're gonna be on your criminal charges. You're gonna be registered as a sex offender. Because we explained to them that there were kids at the building that you sent those nasty postcards to, and we told them at the end of the day. They even told the police officers, even after we told you that there were kids there, you sent them back out. What would that make you? Makes you a pedophile. And look at the criteria. Look at the ID he chose. He chose a priest, a minister, somebody that if he didn't know him, he could lie well enough. They may trust him around their kids. Now, big question you got to ask yourself: would you live next to him with your kids? And the answer would have been no. It would have been a hot no. So the reason why that building is being hit with so much money of a lawsuit, there's so much money in this lawsuit, is because we can also prove that the building showed neglect to their own tenants. If you had a person that was this unstable living in your building, that was sending out half-naked pictures of himself to a building that had kids in it, and there's kids running all through this building all day long, there you go. He should have been removed a long time ago. And he's stalking people on top of that. He probably stalks people in his own building. He's a creep. He's a weirdo. He's a really weird guy. So with that being the case, not only did he put us at danger and other people around, he put the people in the building at danger, which means big lawsuit coming through. Yep. Man, when he sent them half-naked pictures across, I was like, oh, we got him good. Williams, we didn't look at it like, oh, no, like you thought. No, we thought like, oh, shoot, we got him. We can hit you with anything now. Any type of lawsuit we can hit you with. You got us paid. You got us paid. Do you think they wanted to get out on social media or get out on basically to the news that they let a tenant stay in their building that was sending out half-naked pictures to an apartment where kids were at? You know how badly that looks? Stalking people, tampering with people's businesses. Half of the videos come out of that apartment. That's bad advertising for them. And then basically fake being a minister and took donations from people and didn't even have a church. Do you know how bad that looks? That's like running a meth lab out of your freaking apartment. That's bad, bad, bad. You know what they're going to do? They're going to sell out of court. That's what they're going to do. What are we asked for? If that wasn't the case, how come that building right now, they got lawyers. How come they didn't send me any letter telling me to shut up? None of them tell me any letter to shut up? Nothing at all? I'm still talking, right? I mentioned the building multiple times. Anybody tell me to shut up? No. You know why? Because they know I can sue them. That's why they know they're responsible. La-di-da-di-da. But I'm not the only lawsuit. My sister's filed a lawsuit because she's going to testify that you sent naked pictures to her house when she had kids in the house. As her being a woman also too, she's filed for a sexual harassment suit against him in the building. The funeral home, who used their address, which could have destroyed that man's business, he's filing a lawsuit against the building. And mind you, in those emails, we sent pictures of showing him and explaining to him detail that what he was doing, and they ignored all of it. And the guy called, what was his name, Daryl, whatever his name is, I'm gonna sue you for $1 million. I said, $500,000? No, I'm gonna sue you for $1 million. Again, falling tree effect. I know how much money you're worth. I'm gonna take your house, I'm gonna take your car, I'm gonna take everything you have, freeze all your banking accounts, and destroy your credit. At the end of the day, it's gonna be money. If you get a probable cause to throw you in jail, I'm definitely going for it. You're a nasty human being at the end of the day. We told you and warned you about this individual, and you made all these promises about removing him out of the building and did nothing about it. Look what it led to. Him sending half-naked pictures of himself to a building with kids in it, and then turn around using someone else's address without permission. You're responsible for it. That's why the other guy, when we called him up, we said, yeah, we got a packet coming to you. The guy said, I don't want no part of this. You hung up and left. One of the guys quit. Smart man. Smart man. Got to freak out. There was a male representative that was calling secretary, and the woman took his place. She got nasty too. I'm gonna find out your information at the end of the day. To the courts, when we get him to that building, we're gonna find out your information. I'm gonna file a lawsuit against you behind too also. We're gonna clean up. I'm gonna take my stuff down there to that claim where they have for the judgment. Get my money up front. I'm gonna have it. Even if you can give me half of it, I'm cool. It's a lot of money, so I'm good. We'll go right down into the dealership and get my truck done. Get ahead of time. It's gonna take a while for them to build it. She's gonna look really bad in court. The fact that she had somebody who was undocumented, that's not the thing about it. He was committing crimes in the building. Running a 3D printer without basically proper zoning. Her building's not zoned for it. He's operating a business without a business license. The LLC that sits on the very building itself basically shows that it's commit perjury. We lied on the documents, which is now attached to her building. That mess is attached to her building. Oh, it goes on and on and on. They want to know about the waste. What was he doing with all the waste? I know you weren't putting that, but I know you weren't putting that stuff in regular trash cans. And my buddy has his own business, and it has to go into a special trash can. They're biohazard trash cans. So chances are he's probably dumping that stuff down the drain and everything. Oh man, all the aerosol cans and stuff, the stuff he uses to paint. Oh my goodness. So yeah, she got a number of problems. As I said, contact us. That's the best thing to do. Oh, that Mr. Mercantile. It's 9:46. We got it early. We got everything else downloaded. I'm gonna go do. I think they're gonna do piece by piece. That's way too many to knock off. So let me go get this done. Get this finished. Time is running out. It's running out. This month's about to be up pretty soon. It's running out. Next thing you know, boom, it's gonna kick in. Now for the rest of y'all, I can't express this enough. Where are the attorneys? Where are the attorneys? Look, why are you gonna get mad at me at the end of the day for requesting for attorneys? Y'all went out and did all that dumb stuff, right? Y'all went out and made the statements that my product didn't work, right? So where's the attorneys at? Where are all these attorneys supposed to be a prosecutor today? Because I'm supposed to be this big scammer today. Where is the attorneys? I'm gonna tell you right now, don't tick me off. I'm not ticked off yet. You tick me off, I will sue you for so much money, it's not even funny. Literally, I will sue you for 100 mil. It will get bad for you, extremely bad for you. I can push those lawsuits through the freaking roof. It's bad enough you can't pay what we're gonna ask at the end of the day. It will get worse for you. So I advise you to get these attorneys to reach out to me. You know why you can't do it? Because you don't have any evidence, that's why. That's why I'm pushing you, messing with you now, putting pressure on you. Where is the attorneys? You made the claim. I got you on your videos and your YouTube channels making all these claims, making statements about Mr. Bird. So I'm requesting, where are the attorneys? Better have something. Reach that courtroom. You don't have reached up with an attorney yet. I want more than freaking money. Ain't the problem. Time is going to be a problem. You're going to request more time in jail. And you're going to get it. Trust me. Bad enough you get in federal, you get that 20 years. That's fraud. That's fraud against my business. It's 20 years. That's why we're going to federal with it. Because we know we can get 20 years out of you. Some of y'all don't have 20 years to give. Oh, I'm curious on this one. We got time. How much jail time can you give for a conspiracy? Conspiracy charge. Federal law. To 5 years in prison. 5 years in prison, committing fraud against my business. How much jail time can you get for committing fraud against a company? 20 years. That's why we're going to federal. Because we can get you 20 years. That's why. The only reason why we're going there. We want every person that attacked the company to get a 20-year prison sentence. Now, you get hit with a conspiracy charge. Well, actually, depends on how bad it is. You can get 30 years. 30 years is going to accumulate out for that. And the situation, because we have so many people involved in the same thing, the same act, you can easily get 30 years out of that. But think about the stuff that was done. What do you think you're going to get at the end of the day? It's not going to be easy for you. You're going to get that time. Right there. 20 years. You're going to get that. And it could reach up to 30 years. That's why we're taking it to federal. And that's in Pennsylvania, which we're going to prosecute you here. You can get 10 years plus for a felony charge. So you committed fraud against my business. You went out, some of y'all made these fake products and said they were my stuff. At the end of the day, put fake labels on them. That's fraud against my company. I'll get you 20 years for it. Or 30. I'm going to see what they can give us. If they won't give us 30 years, I'll take 30. I'll give you 30. 30 is definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. We want to probably get 30. There's a lot of people involved in this mess. I think 30 years is fitting. Man, that woman got out early. She got freaking, what she get? They gave her like 4 months. She got 4 months for fraud. And maximum term is wire fraud. She's going to get that wire fraud with 20 to 30. But she only got freaking like so many years. But she got out pretty good. Man. How much jail time can you get for a cyber harassment? Cyber harassment is 5 or more years in jail. Now, some people are saying 5 years is nothing. What if you don't make it on the first day? Again, as I told you, a lot of people don't make it on the first day. Who said you're going to live that long in 5 years? In that place. So, 5 years, you can be killed on the first day. And it's happened too. People have gotten killed on the first day. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. Or wrong people come near you at the end of the day. They don't get it, they're going to take it out of you. They're not going to let it slide. If they let it slide, at the end of the day, it's going to mean they're weak at the end of the day. And people are going to jump them at the end of the day. They're going to have to take it out of you. 5 years is a lot. We're going to go, oh, 5 years ain't this. That's you used to being in. If you used to being in, you got 5 years, and that's like nothing. I'm like, okay, I can do that, stand on my head. Because you already know the system, you know how it works, the whole 9 yards, you got ties in there, all that stuff in there, you know people in there, and you're good. Yeah. Let me see where I'm going to go with this for here. I need to go with this page right. I need to jump 2 of these in here at least. At least jump 2 of them in there. Where's my marketplace at? I'm gonna jump two of them in there and get them done. Bum, 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 bum. And James was done talking about, oh, you delete videos because you don't have evidence. Do you know how much stuff we have on you all over the internet right now? Literally every file, every video that I have on YouTube, we can use against you in court. Every video. I don't have any videos up there where I just put something there for the sake of just putting up there to just slander you. I don't have anything like that. Everything I have is you doing dumb stuff. That's literally what we do. We take the dumb stuff that you do on a daily basis and we turn around and go, look, this is what he did. So how can I slander you if it's all true? That's why you can't get a lawyer. Well, you can't get a lawyer for a number of reasons why, but even if you had somebody help you get a lawyer, they can't get a lawyer for you to represent you. Because again, everything we have is you doing dumb stuff. Matching house paint, you doing dumb stuff. Committing perjury on an LLC, you doing dumb stuff. Counterfeiting other people's trademark materials, that's you doing dumb stuff. Touching our copyrights without permission, you doing dumb stuff. Terroristic threats, putting people's faces on dead or alive posters and stalking people and doxing them on your own website, that's you doing dumb stuff. Everything we get on you is just you doing dumb stuff. I don't have to make anything up. And then you making up stuff about me that's not true. You doing more dumb stuff, which I'm going to take you to court and prosecute you for if you make it there. Gee whiz Louise. My goodness. Even the Facebook page we got up there called 3D printing violation. If that thing gets removed, they got to do an investigation on that page. And they'll see on that page, there's a whole lot of violations on that page that they have to now go into an investigation for, which means they go to your Facebook pages now. Because that's a whole lot of counterfeiting going on in that page, a whole lot. And then for the person who sat there and said, oh, you're doxing his address. Hey, Pinocchio, let me explain something to you. I just posted his freaking LLC. The information that sits on his LLC is the same information that anybody can get. So that's not considered to be doxing if he made himself public domain for everyone to find him. That's not doxing. Hey, turn on some other dumb nonsense. You didn't turn on. You guys come with the dumbest excuses. The guy comes around and says, well, what about his screen? Oh, don't say that. What about his screen paint products? I sent them the video where Jamie was in the hoodie matching house paint. And I heard back from him since. And I haven't heard back from him since. Why didn't you contact me back? And then I go and check your account and you blocked me. I'll come on here and embarrass me. There's so much evidence on this guy. It's not even funny. What else you want? Try to defend him at the end of the day. Good, because we got your account at the end of the day. Since you try to defend him. Mind you, that account is watched by federal. Everybody got FBI, we all leak them to that page. Everybody, we leak them to that page. You know, when they see on that page like that, they're basically wondering if there are other people that want to make contact him to buy stolen merchandise. Or people defending him. Usually people defend someone and something stolen means you're part of something stolen. And they're playing in the hornet's nest. You know what happens when you play with the hornet's nest, right? You get stung. That's what happens when you play in the hornet's nest. You get stung. And they're playing in the hornet's nest. I sat there and made that statement about his amazing product. Oh, you really want to go down that road? We sent him back the whole clip. He was like, all right, bye-bye now. See you later. Good luck with your fake paint. Somebody can make at Home Depot or Lowe's or buy it at a hobby store and make the same thing. Good luck with your fake paint. My goodness. I had nerve to sit there and go look at the UV mix. Look at, we had that stuff over here. Look at the look how it works in the ambient environment. You don't know me, do you? Or here's mine outside. No comment. Moving on. Oh, it's a real deal. Oh, it's a real deal? Oh, you've seen this video before? Bit of a man. Did you see that? Did you see? He got mad. He blocked us. Oh, come on. I thought at least he was going to stick in there for a little bit to have a conversation. Why did you got to block us? Why? Why? Because you're embarrassed you bought some clown paint? That's what it's recognized online. They call it clown paint. What? Circus paint. That's what y'all bought. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show of all shows, corny paint. You bought freaking clown paint. That's what you bought. The same stuff they put on clowns to make their face really, really white. You bought clown paint. That's what you bought. That's why when he got busted and that whole network grade nonsense that went on, people were pulling their videos off the site. And we did the video on it. You can see there were basically accounts that were canceled. They blocked them from their YouTube accounts because they were embarrassed. Can you imagine bragging to your friends and family about his paint and you saw a demonstration of him matching house paint? Your family would be clowning you for days. Like, I see. Got that top-notch clown paint. That 4K clown paint. Works well with ultra short throw projectors, well-balanced color. I don't even know how y'all read through that specification sheet and still purchase that mess. How did y'all read through that? You ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie is writing a speech, and the way Charlie can't, he's illiterate, so he can't read, and he doesn't know how to write correctly. It says, "Give me power, midnight power now." That's what his website reminds me of. At one point, I thought I was having a stroke a couple of times when I was going through that website. It's not hard to go in and get a spelling checker. All these sites have spelling checkers. But if you don't know how it's properly spelled, how do you know how to check it? Even when you go to Google, you ask for something, they give you something that they think it may be what you want, and you look like, nah, that's not what I want. And you go and redo it, which is weird, because if you would have knew that while you're in Google, which is crazy, because I do it all the time. I feel like, it's funny, because you go in there and you don't know, you know how it's spelled, but you don't know how to spell it, but you know what it looks like. So when you go in and write it in, they write it incorrect, you know that's not the right way, and that's not how it looks, but yet you don't know how to spell it, which is jacked up, which is crazy, which is true. But Google made a mistake when they wrote it out. So that's the thing. But if you don't know what it actually looks like to know how it's spelled, how could you use a spell checker? That's why they can't use them. The person does that? Which one does that? Williams does it. Williams has really bad grammar. He doesn't spell really that well. And I guess that he was probably in a slow class. Because you can he's been in a slow class. He's in a slow class. You can just see it. Nothing wrong with that, but he's just in a slow class. You can just see. He's just not all there. But anyway, oh my goodness. If your sister and says, you want me to get your IQ test? I can get your IQ test if you want. I get your IQ test. I guarantee you'll fail it. I guarantee you never graduated. I guarantee you didn't. There's no way in the world. Your writing is so bad, man. How in the world did you go to school for biblical Bible studies? Do you have any idea the words they got in the Bible? Like some of the people, even I have issues reading some of those names in the Bible. So how did you go to school for biblical Bible studies if you can't spell fence? There's a couple with sock. He said my paint suck. Not suck. Sock. S-O-C-K. I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't make this up. The other one can't spell. I mean, you got freaking different. Deliver. He can spell deliver correctly. And I literally showed him how to do it, and he couldn't do it. Doesn't know math that well. Definitely doesn't know measurements. You're going to start learning measurements in 2nd grade. Now, you can't say because he came from another country. No, because I know plenty of people over here come from a country, doctors and lawyers and all that stuff. Plenty of any of my Indian friends, a lot of them are lawyers and doctors at the end of the day. So no, you can't say that at all, period. It's just him. He's slow. That's what it is. Because people say he's from that has nothing to do with it. The people in other countries that are more intelligent than you at the end of the day. It has nothing to do with it. It's what you took advantage when you was in school, or basically maybe your brain just moves a little slower than most people. And usually most people whose brains can move that slow at the end of the day have to make up it in other ways. Not saying you can't earn a living a day. You can earn a living. Anybody can earn a living at the end of the day. It's not even hard to do. But again, at the end of the day, if you don't take the effort and try to do better, then you're just going to be where you're at. And like he didn't take the effort to do better. I mean, come on. If someone tells you at the end of the day, I mean, even reverse psychology on him, basically, he gets caught up because he has a lot of pride, so we use it against him. But if I sit there and tell you, if you spell it wrong, if you spell it correctly, I'm smarter than you, you would rather basically have 1,000 people hit your page and call you an idiot than one person. I'd rather have the one person call me an idiot than 1,000 people, because I'm pretty sure other people told him, like, hey, buddy, you spelled this wrong, and he didn't change it. So if I tell you 3 or 4 times you spelled it wrong and you don't change it, then I consider you to be an idiot. He tried that nonsense on me. Telling me, oh, I don't care. I'd rather have one person think I'm an idiot than 1,000. Yeah. Good gracious, man. He has a childlike mind. He does. You know, he has a childlike mind. I don't know what went on in his childhood at the end of the day, but he had a childlike mind at the end of the day. And the spelling is awful. If your spelling's that bad, I'm pretty sure you have somebody in your family that spells very well. So all you can do is just basically just send it to them and say, hey, can you fax check this for me? Give them a little money. They'll fax check it for you, send it back to you. Copy and paste, what ain't say? But the problem is when it comes down to your specification sheets, no one's going to know your product better than the person who invented it. So if that's all you have in your specification sheet, good color, has color balance. Balance is good. I said, oh my goodness, it's like sunny, always sunny in Philadelphia. Give me power. Power now. I need power. That's literally what it sounds like in my head. Even in the email, you can't even spell correctly. You abbreviated the U.S. as in U.S. You forgot the periods. Without the periods, it's us. It's capital us. That's what it is. You need the period. You couldn't spell patents correctly. Patents not spelled that way. Of course, you could, like I said, I'm pretty sure the underscore popped up. Tell him, I think if you wrote that through an email, the underscore popped up in red or blue or whatever color you got at the end of the day, saying, hey, you spelled this wrong. You can literally click on it and it will give you the correct spelling of it. So you didn't click on it? That little red line that comes underneath it, that's not a good thing. That means you spelled it wrong. So all you got to do is go over and just basically hit it with the cursor and click, and it'll show you the proper way it's spelled. And you choose that. Now you spelled it correctly. I don't know why I didn't see the underscores. What do you think the underscores are? They're telling you that, oh, you got it right. Check mark. Look, the thing about it is, at the end of the day, if you were anybody else, I wouldn't even be making this statement. But when you try to insult people at the end of the day, try to call people dumb A at the end of the day, and you can't spell, then you got what you asked for. Literally, the guy wrote in the email that I was a dumb A, but he couldn't with the curse word, but you can't spell U.S. and pattern correctly. I bet you if I were to basically run that through a spell checker, how much stuff would go wrong in there? How you gonna call somebody stupid and you can't spell? And then the thing about it is, and the same freaking, when you called yourself acted as an attorney, you wrote it the same way in there too. Oh my goodness. Whew, man, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. I said you can't make it up. Can't make it up. He was trying to delete his Facebook page. He was in there trying to delete the page. You seen it flashing. He was trying to delete as hard as he could. Flash it in your page. How dare you? 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 I can see right now. If we had back in the old days, way in the back days, they smacked people with a glove and you had to challenge them to a duel. I can see you over there talking trash about your great pain. Come in there and be like, what is going on? What's the conversation about? Oh, Sir James is over there having a conversation about his screen paint reaching maximum contrast levels. We all know it's nothing but touch. It's gray. Its paint is gray, not like yours, ultra black. Walk over like, James, what lies are you telling today about your fibbage, shenanigan paints? I'm saying my paints actually read a 100% contrast level. I believe this. You are nothing more than a liar. You're drunk with spirits, I tell you. You're going to assault my intelligence by telling me I'm a liar? Oh, I've got no choice but to disarm my glove and smack you right across your face. I challenge you to 10 steps outside. We'll do it 10 paces outside. At the crack of dawn, we'll meet in the battlefield. Therefore, I shall lay you to waste. But James is stupid. James picks up his gun and points it in the wrong direction, shoots himself in the chest. So I was like, okay, we're done. Let's go get something. It's tea time. Ah, imagine that. He picks up the gun and fires it at his chest. Oh, we just sit there and just everybody stopped like, oh, that's different. James was not a very smart one, was he? All right, let's go to tea. It's tea time. They've been in the bar laughing about the tavern like, you would not believe what happened. So we're out in the field. It's in the early morning. We're all out there waiting for James to show up. James comes up on his donkey, as always, as usual. As we wait for James, James comes off, dismounts from the donkey, getting his foot caught up in the stirrup and falling flat bottom first onto the dirt. I'm thinking already this is just going to be absolutely hilarious. Anyway, they both take the guns. They take their 10 paces. James turns around, pulls the trigger. The gun is pointed at his chest. Kills him just like that. Unbelievable. Whereas yet, he's still out there right now. No one's gone out to buy him yet. I'm not going to do it until probably about noon. He's good. He's not going anywhere. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Gets off the donkey. Gets caught up in the stirrup. Hits the ground. Crawls over. Stands up. Picks up the gun. And points it at his own chest and pulls. I'm like, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it myself. See, all that in there. That's pretty much what would have happened. I'm not saying that would have happened to him, but in that era, at the end of the day, inventions were like, we didn't have all this technology now. Inventions were new. Very new. And I'm pretty sure they had men of scholar, noblemen all getting together in their little local tavern talking about these amazing inventions and stuff. They'd be at the schools and the science halls teaching and lecturing about the new inventions. And I'm pretty sure every once in a while you had jerks in there at the end of the day that didn't know jack and they talk like they had a lot of jack. Like, prove it! I've got to see this. I cannot wait for him to fail. He's such a chatty catty. I can't stand him. Guarantee that went on. I bet you them haters were real back then. Haters were probably 100% real. Probably want to spend all kinds of. I saw Benjamin out there drinking in the field. He is absolutely mad, I tell you. Absolutely mad. Benjamin walk up on you and catch you and say, how dare you? Yep, smacking you around out there. Benjamin smacking around another troll. He made some dumb statement. I remember one time he said that I'm the type of person that I'll bark behind the gate. And if you open up the gate, I'll come out and wet on myself and lick my hand. It's funny, you did that when the process server came to your front door. I was on the phone. I heard the whole thing. He called for his name. Jamie didn't come to the door. His wife came to the door. Somebody was in the kitchen wetting on themselves. Didn't come to the door. I wonder what's going to happen when the U.S. Marshal gets your door. You going to come to the door, Fernando? You going to show up at the door and take that document? Of course you're not. Going to hide in the back somewhere. If I don't say anything, they won't. Oh, just keep in mind when they come there for the arrest, you want to come up to that front door. You don't want them coming in to get you. Trust me. You're gonna go up to that front door, give them your name and all your information. They're gonna ask for ID, which you do not have, and they're gonna go from there. Ugh, I cannot wait. Oh, you in pictures? Oh, there, right there, the pictures. All right, let me see. We're going to have to do these a little bit at a time. That was way too many we did. So I am going to wait. Where are you at on this one? That's 2. So I'm going to take these right here. Take it slow. That's like 220 something videos. I'm going to take 3 of them, 3 at a time. We'll do 3. So we stopped off at 1949-54. 1945-54. 19. Oh, you're writing with the whole ink pen needed for work. 1945-44. Bet you butchered that just a few minutes ago. 1949. 49-54. Oh, I did get it right. Ha 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 ha. Drop that ink pen down there. First of all, let's get you going right there. All right, I know we can get 3 of y'all to run. There we go. There we go. Got 6 of them. Should run perfectly. That was too much to run on there. Now, out of curiosity, somebody would say, well, what was this whole video about? I just announced some new technology you guys would never understand in 100 million years. What the heck, you know? And then come out here and just remind you over and over again that you're going to go to jail, you're going to lose all your stuff. And then ask you repeatedly over and over again, where's the lawyer? 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 Now, I know you sit back and say, well, Mr. Burr, what do I do? We don't need one. Actually, we don't. We literally have so much evidence against you. I was advised by 3 different attorneys that all we need is somebody to just do is just fill out the paperwork. We don't understand. But I'm literally can walk in the court without an attorney. I have literally that much evidence against you. It's staggering the stuff we have on you. And when they go past the IP traces, tracing how many times you hit my account, how many times you were in my account, how many times you're in my website, they're going to trace all that. Google all that stuff, you're screwed. You're so screwed, it's not even funny. So no, you don't have to have an attorney to go to certain court cases. If you can represent yourself, you have overwhelming evidence, you'll need it. But as for filing for the paperwork, there you definitely need an attorney for that. And I got some friend of mine who come and fill all the paperwork, everything we need for us. That's basically about it. He looked over the stuff you guys were doing and said, man, this is going to be easy money. He said, because you got overwhelming evidence. Yeah, I got you dummies on your freaking YouTube channel talking about our stuff being trash and not working, being scammers and rip-off artists. We're using that against you. And no use trying to delete it. It won't help you. We've got a copy of it all right there. Including you, neighbor next door. It's going to be sued for $10 million in court. And I'm asking for 30 years of your life. I know I said 20, but I want 30 now. We find we can get you our stuff you have on your channel, literally an entire Facebook page dedicated to stalking me and talking trash and slandering me. That can get you 30 years. Now again, as I expressed it, they always contact me and say, good luck getting that money out of me. Oh, we're going to get that money out of you. Just what's going to happen. But anyway, I don't have that type of money. Again, it's not about suing you and getting the whole thing. It's to keep you in debt forever. You will be in debt forever. Good thing your kids can't inherit that mess. And that's what it's for. We know you can't pay that kind of money up. What do you have left? We'll take all of it. And the rest of it would just have crushing debt on you. That's all. With that, you can't do anything. Especially if it hits your bank and you got a mortgage or something you're paying on. Yeah, they're going to cancel all that because you owe money. There's no way in the world you're going to pay them off and you owe them most $1 million with interest. They're going to tell you from the door, how you going to pay off the debt first? You owe them money. You got sued. So they're going to cancel all that. Foreclosure on your mortgage and all that stuff. All that. You got a loan, anything. They're going to take it. Anything. You got money for college, you're going to take that too. You're going to take anything. You got money for death insurance, for your burial plot, take that too. Everything. These lawsuits are no joke at the end of the day. They take everything from you. Even your wife's wedding ring. I just found out in Pennsylvania, you can snatch that wedding ring too. Yes, sir. But I take it? Nah, not very sentimental. We don't touch that stuff the other day. It ain't even worth it. But except for you, Fernando. That's a different story. I'm taking that ring, by the way. And you, McAfee, I'm taking yours too. And Rogers, taking yours too. You guys are personal at the end of the day. I'm definitely taking stuff. Anybody else can keep it. I don't care. But your stuff I'm going to take. The rest of them at the end of the day, they can keep that. Their wife can keep that. But you guys, it's personal. I'm taking it. You know why I'm taking it? Because I know at the end of the day, it's going to sour her towards you. I'm looking forward to you guys getting a divorce. And it's going to happen, trust me. It's definitely going to happen. But when she thinks about the financial ruins that you put them through at the end of the day, the burden you just put it on that family at the end of the day, she finds the first person that gives her a nice little smile at the end of the day, she is gone. Ask her at the end of the day, hey, you know what? Bigger experiment. Go tell your wife right now what's about to happen. The day after Valentine's Day, go tell your wife that, hey, look, there is a possibility that I'm going to jail and we're going to get sued. Go tell her that. First thing she's going to ask you is, can you back up anything you said about this guy? Please tell me you can. Please tell me you can stop this. What are you going to tell her? You can't get an attorney to reach out to me about your situation. How are you going to tell your wife you can stop it? All right then. That means you can't stop it. That means you're going to have problems. She might even want the wedding ring after that. You know what? They can keep the ring. You know why? They'll have to sell it to get money, because it's going to take a lot of you guys. It's going to take a lot of money out of you guys. So basically, I don't know how they would work with the collectors at the end of the day, because again, we're not involved in that part. We just sell off your judgment. That's it. So I can get my money right away. So I don't know how it's going to work. Tell you the truth. Hopefully, they don't take the ring and she can keep it. You know, maybe she can sell it, get some money out of it. You know what I mean? Because they're going to need money. You screwed up. Well, I can't wait till the judge yells at you. Oh, he's definitely going to yell at you. Definitely going to yell at you. You're a grown freaking man. You're not a child. You're a grown freaking man. For the family to take care of. McAfee should have definitely walked away from that. McAfee got two young ones. He should have definitely walked away from that. Nope. This dum-dum gets involved. Got his face on the receipt. Next to some documents that he printed up at our company that were not real. Committed major fraud against my business. And Jamie, somebody told him wrong. Somebody told him because he didn't have documents that he would be prosecuted for anything. The worst is going to have to do with deportation. You didn't expect for Trump to come into office. That's a different nightmare altogether. So now things have changed since that orange man came in office. Because now they don't deport you back to Mexico. They send you to another third world country where you don't even speak the language at. You're sending criminals. They send criminals over there, which we know they don't do that. We know what they do. But anyway, on top of that, you know, they told you wrong. Because you would not be going to Mexico. You murdered somebody over here. How does that bring justice to the family if they just deport you back over to your country where you can be free? That doesn't give any justice to the family over here. No, you still need to do the time. Whatever time they give you, that's what you do. And if there's anything left, or you have some time left over, go back home. Go back to your own country. That's what they do. If it happened to a friend, well, not really a friend of mine, somebody I knew, I didn't have paperwork, and he got in a fight in a nightclub, and he shot the guy and killed him. And they arrested him. He got like 8, 9 years up here, lock up. And then when it's time to let him go, they sent him back. And they gave him a stern warning. You can never come back here ever again. Once you commit a felony, you can't come back here. The worst for your case for you, Fernando, if they deport you, you're never going to see your kids again. Or your wife again. Especially if they send you overseas somewhere. In a location where you don't even know where it's at. So a number of things can go wrong there. You'll never see his family ever again. And you sit there and say, well, you sound like you're happy about that. No, really, you did it to yourself. I'm supposed to do it today, Fernando. I mean, honestly, when I see you face to face, I'm going to ask you a question. What were we supposed to do? We're supposed to allow you to attack my business and my company, my friends and family? I'm supposed to allow you to attack my mother, right? And my friends and family, let you attack them. Are you kidding me? You lost your mind. Did I do this the thug way? No, I didn't do it the thug way. I didn't go hire anybody. I didn't make some phone calls. I got people in California, Fernando. People that owe me tithes at the end of the day. People owe me favors for going to a prison system and keeping it all to myself. I ain't talking about anything. I'm owed. Did I cash any of my favors in? Nope. What did I do? I did it by the book, right? I went to the courts. I went to the police. I went to everybody to get it done. That's what I did, right? Just like anybody else would do. Someone breaks in your house and does whatever. What do? Call the police. That's what you do. And you go follow. They catch them. You go and you press charges, don't you? All right then, and that's what I did. Then at the end of the day, you should be a man and own up to what's about to happen to you. So if you don't never see your family again, if you don't never see your kids again, and you're deported to some third world country where they put you through slave labor and torture, remember, you bought it on yourself. You had options when you came over here. Like everybody else in America, we have options. We can be citizens or we can be criminals. And you chose to be a criminal, so guess where you're going? Worst case scenario, if they deport you, you're going to a third world country, and you don't want to know what happens to people over there at the end of the day. And yes, they do torture. So, yeah, he got a lot on his plate. A lot on his plate. He's never going to see his wife again. They put him over there, he'll never see him. If he's over here, then she can come down here if she has paperwork. She can come down here because I don't know how she went through TS. Maybe she'll drive up here. I don't know how it will work, but she can get up here and she can see them. But you still want to need ID to walk through a prison system. So if she doesn't have it, she can't go in that prison. But she'll never see you again. As for your kids, they can walk around there. They're citizens. They can go in and out if they want. They're citizens. They're born here. So with that being said, Fernando, that's how it's going to work out. Now, if they ship you to a third world country, no one will see you again. They don't even give location where they're at, which is messed up. I couldn't imagine. Now, see, like I said, they're supposed to pick up criminals. But I couldn't imagine if you're just an everyday Joe, because you look Mexican. They pick people up, they look Mexican. They pick you up and they throw you in jail, and you're in a third world country. You don't even speak the language over there. You didn't do nothing wrong whatsoever. Only thing you have is you just didn't have paperwork. That's all. You didn't do anything wrong. And then they want to deny like they ever took you. Because there's no due process. There's nothing. There's no proof that you even went over. That's some scary stuff at the end of the day. That is very scary. That's kidnapping. That is the way you look at it. That is kidnapping. Can you imagine if the police did that over here? The police just randomly and pick somebody up off the street and they put you in jail and nobody even knows you're even there. You're just in that jail. Can you imagine that crazy stuff? That's what they go through. Yep. That's the first thing when an officer pulls you over at the end of the day. My people know I'm here. I'm on camera, whatever you record, whatever you gotta do, the people know where you're at. And you get that one phone call. What the freak did he do? Murder? Murder who? He never saw, probably never saw what you would call freaking Cat Williams. But how you got to get yourself some white friends. You haven't seen that one before. That skit had me crying. Black people, got to get yourself some white friends. I had tons of white friends. I have white friends now. You got to get yourself some white friends. White friends, you get locked up, they be there madder than you. That is actually true too. I've seen that happen. They literally get madder. Man, I'm talking about, they got your back, they got your back. They get madder. One time, somebody called me N-word one time. He was ready to roll. He was ready to fight this guy. He was going to fight him. I said, man, he ain't worth it, man. He's ignorant. That's what he is. He's what he is. He's ready to light him up. And it wasn't over white guilt. He just, man, it triggered him. Those are the ones that would jack you up. You end up being a Karen at the day calling people the N-word, you'd be surprised what you get hit by. It won't be a black person, but a white person will hit you. They be the ones that jack you up. And they're the ones we got to pull them off of you at the end of the day. Yeah, you'll get lit. Remember that woman who married a man that was black? And she was stepmom to the child. And they were in a hotel lobby. I watched that one. That was a good one too. In a hotel lobby. And the kid was at a vending machine getting something. And she didn't think the woman at the front, at the desk, getting the rooms ready was his mom, his stepmom. And that woman walked over to him and said, what's a nigga like you doing in a place like that? That mother tried, what the frick you say? Oh, she was there behind him. She was taking off her earrings and taking up them shoes. You think you're behind whip. She wore her out. She wore her out. Her on the ground, beating the daylights out of her. When the cops came in, they didn't say anything. Because on the camera, she called that boy a nigger. And she wore that woman out, man. She beat the daylights out of her. They the ones that do the most damage. They would do the most damage. Yup, she beat the daylights out of that woman. Yeah, and they never see it coming. They never think their own kind of jump on them like that, but they will. Out of nowhere. The average majority white. You want to walk up to somebody and say, what's a nigger like you doing in a place like that? And she got wore out. Bet you won't make that comment again. Anytime somebody grab you by your hair and they punch you in the side of your face and their hands are going all the way back past their body, oh, you get messed up. She beat the tar out of that woman. Well, I can't tar, but you know what I mean. She beat the crap out of her. Y'all aren't press charges. They ain't pressing jack. They kicked her out of the hotel. They ain't want her in there no more. And that's usually what happens. You Karens are racist at the end of the day. They kick y'all right out of the building. And if Fernando wants it, they're going to be racist. Come over here, my Mexican brothers, and see what happens. My Mexican brothers will beat the daylights out of you, Jamie. They can't stand you. They call you Mexican Trump. They can't stand Jamie. They can't. They watch this channel all the time. They can't stand him. They call him Mexican Trump. They're traitor Mexicans. That's what they call him. You didn't do anything to build your people up at all, period. Nothing to build your people up. Not a thing. Nothing. Did everything but the stereotypes one at the end of the day. He got maggers on his channel. He did think about it. I had been contacted by a couple of them. He got mags on his channel. They love him. Yep, because he makes his people look bad. But you ever pop up over here, they say they see you walking around, they're gonna jump you. Because they don't like you. You are a traitor to their people. You make them look bad. That's the first thing they say at the end of the day. Oh, you can't trust Mexicans. They're freaking lazy. This, that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. They work harder than most people. Yeah, they're the hardest workers. How you gonna call somebody lazy? They're the hardest workers. That's the same thing they say about black people. Black people are lazy, this, that, and the other, da, da, da. And Jamie, you are racist, by the way, because I've gotten stuff when you call me nigger. I got text messages coming from you calling me nigger. You're definitely racist. But I bet you $100 Rogers is a Trump supporter. And so it's McAfee. You probably didn't even know that, did you, Mr. Rosen? Yeah, he's a Trump supporter. You had him in Crowcast the entire time, right? Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? We knew. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh ho ho! That has got to hurt, mind you. Yeah, they supporters. They definitely are supporters. How smart are you feeling right now? I knew that years ago. Oh man. Yep, knew it years ago. So the person you had on your channel talking to you, matter of fact, some of your customers are Trump supporters. So why would they be Trump supporters of Fernando? Because the downfall at the end of the day. They're watching him to self-destruct at the end of the day. They know he's getting arrested. And you know, they're telling him to do stuff, like go mess with his copyrights, go do this, go do that, and supporting you. Did anybody once on your channel tell you this was a bad idea? Now, one person, right? There you go. The most people at the end of the day that were supporting you, that were standing behind you, getting you to do this dumb stuff, knowing what was going to happen to you, did they ever say anything to you about anything? They didn't, right? You have Trump supporters on your channel, Jamie. Now, if you were doing fantastic, doing good at the end of the day, they'd be trolls at the end of the day towards you. But the fact that they can manipulate you and get you to do dumb stuff, there you go. And they know you're going to go to jail. They know from the door you're going to jail. And the fact that you out and you don't have paperwork, oh, they freaking love that now. They love it. I'm surprised they didn't contact ICE themselves. Rogers is not Democrat. He's Republican. You're friends with him? Ask him. So what's the other one? Ask him. The guy was sitting there Krogan smiling at you the entire time. It was never your friend. He couldn't stand to hate your guts. He's the reason why he supported building the wall. And he wants you out of the country. All of you. You think he's privileged. You think he's better than other people. That's why him. What he don't like African Americans either. That's why him. What you call him? Crazy guy. Williams got into it. I seen little messages going back and forth, and I seen basically videos. They were calling each other scammers. They can't stand each other. If you go check his account, and you go check whatchamacallit's account, and how many states he removed, Baltimore is one of the states he removed. I got people in Baltimore, but nobody will buy that stuff. That would be a threat to him at all. I've never mentioned that I've been trying in Baltimore that would buy the stuff. Mostly Texas. I got a lot of family in Texas, a lot of military in Texas. So no, he blocked Texas, but he blocked Baltimore because him and freaking Williams don't get along. And then that email you wrote to us about smacking me in my mouth and all this stuff, and some other stuff you said about lawsuits and stuff, which never happened. I even went out and basically checked your site down for a little bit. Got you a 441 on a server because you couldn't basically process orders. Got you to return every dime and laughed in your face about it. You didn't get any lawyer after that. Of course you didn't. And you posted my face without permission. Yeah, and your name has been added in multiple times, and to these people that who know Fernando. I've mentioned your name, Roger, quite a few times, and it's nonsense. But you're actually involved with these individuals also, and there's all this conspiracy nonsense going on. So your name has been added in. And your YouTube channel is legit, right? So guess what? That IP is also. All IPs are legit. Doesn't really make a difference. It's all legit. But you got a YouTube channel, right? Right. Very easy to find you. Yours are not fake. Even the fake ones can be traced. So if the fake ones can be traced, imagine the real ones. Two reasons why you can't sell me your paint. Number one, it doesn't work. It's trash. Number two, you're afraid to give the address up. I bet you when I went over there to buy his paint, I bet you his heart raced 100 miles an hour. When he saw my order pop up on there, oh my goodness. You couldn't send me that paint. Your stuff doesn't work. It's trash. If you want to take me to court and say, hey, you just said on YouTube that my product is trash. It is. I can show cancellations where we bought your stuff and we returned every single dime. You locked shopping carts and moved states. Who does not do that and didn't realize their product is trash? And the timeline that you made a statement about buying my product, you said, and I canceled on you, I'll be expecting those receipts. You should have them. I can pull receipts from way back. I can pull receipts back on freaking eBay. And I had my old account. So anyway, yeah, I'm expecting to see where we canceled out. But I tell you one thing, I got you to cancel out on a $20 sample. You had to pay money on a $20 sample. You got to pay a surcharge fee coming in and coming out to return $20. Wow. $20. $20. I couldn't even keep the $20. Mm-mm. 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 Next week, my screen goes up next. It's going to be amazing. This thing's going to go up next week. I'm going to run the Ultra shirt over right now. It's going to be coming up next week, man. Oh, I got 8 of these to do next week. 8 of these to do next week. And each one is going to brag about my technology. I got that freaking QR code on the side of the wall, the plaque. You can just scan it. Bam, 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 bam. We got new technology coming out. Oh, new technology. A new game. ALD, a new game. I can't tell you what it means, but it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's going to be sitting on a new form of black ATEX technology that's designed to turn your gray screens completely unwatchable. Watch me crush you. Black Fusion Gaming. The Apex Black Fusion Gaming. It's going to be amazing technology. And we have a new dedicated spray-on projector mapping application product. I got an Archimate up here. I'm hooking it up for it. We got a new church screen paint coming out called Dedicated Cinematic, the new version of it, just for churches. Got so much stuff coming out, it's not even funny. And what are you guys doing right now? On your channels complaining about poor old May having the bad day. They're over there just busting them up. Like, oh, I hate him so much. Oh, man, they couldn't keep up with it if we tried. I can make all those for 20 minutes a piece to make those. Three new technologies, 8 different types of screens, and wait till the blackout fog comes out. And at that, companies blowing up, technology's going, we'll get new advanced technology coming out for our stuff, and I'm taking all my trolls to court and I'm crushing them in court one by one. Can't get any better than that. Can't get any better than that. That's right, you have no victory. All you can do is take off your scepter, your robe, and your crown, and go jump out the window, hide in the haystack, and then run out to the cornfield, like a frightened little child, and hide deep in the burlaps of the peasants, covered in sackcloth, as our mighty armies march through your cities and claim it to be ours. I will sit on your throne while you hide, shivering in a corner of a ransacked house of a peasant, while I sit on your throne. My conquer is mine. I like that era, you know, I really do. I like that era. I wish it was like that. Yeah, dragons and all that stuff, that'd be pretty cool. Dragons and stuff. Imagine if we did it, if God made it so we had lived in had an era that was like that. Dragons and leprechauns and unicorns and fairies and trolls and all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Bandits and pirates and stuff. You had a choice. The option. An option, you could be a farmer's boy, you can actually be a pig, herd pigs, or you could be a mighty warrior and slay the wicked. I take a mighty warrior and slay the wicked. I would definitely join the king's army. Rise in rank, become a superior fighter. Oh yeah, definitely. That definitely would fit me quite perfectly. Yep. We are here in the name of the king. Yep. I would love that. Definitely. To die on the battlefield was the place where I like to go. You cowards at the end of the day, you would probably never show up on the battlefield. Look at you really making excuses at the end of the day. We can't show up. My foot's hurting. My pinky hurts. I can't make it there. I can't hold a sword because of my back. Oh man, hilarious. Hilarious. Why can't? Because of my back. My back. I got a back out of me. Man. Oh man, that'd be funny. Yeah, wait till we launch the Imperial. We got the new technology coming out. Ooh, it's gonna be amazing. Over here on the Fire Stick, looking at the blue screen. Yep. We did this whole area and also short the open projectors, which would have been much easier too. I didn't think the screen was going to lay flat. I never knew the screen was going to lay flat, and it did lay flat. It laid perfectly flat. This is a good company. I had to contact them and let them know that we're going to be ordering bulk some. This is perfectly flat. I mean, I don't have to have a special screen for tension, and none of that to charge customers more money. None of that at all, period. 4K demonstrations. All right, they just uploaded right there. I'm going to get me some more. Get me some more. Give me some more. Yep. No, cancel it. We got it. Let's get some more. All right, what was the number we dropped at last? I got to get a couple of these uploaded because I got some stuff to do and I want to make sure I get this done. Good thing I did all these videos and not talking because, man, I would have had a problem. I would have never got it done. I got all the videos uploaded from my phone, so I'm happy about that. So that's most of the work done. So if you think I'm just on here, just running down time, and not doing any work at all, I do plenty of work, trust me. Trust me. Man, I swear, if I had an English accent, man, I'd be putting it to work, man. Putting it to work. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the one that has the slang. I have a friend of mine, she speaks the slang. It's pretty cool. I don't know what. I can't make heads or tails of it, but yeah, it sounds awesome. But my other friend, I got a friend I bumped into the streets out there walking his dog. He's from England. He's born over there. Man, I got to teach me some of that slang. I'm going to learn it. I like the way they talk. It's so proper. So proper. Proper. Remember one time he's in Xbox 360 playing, and there's a black guy, and he said, yo, he said, what's up, people? He said, guess what? I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to believe me. He said, I'm married. I'm married. I said, okay, big deal. I have people here are married. He said, no, well, my wife is from England. I was like, ooh, England? Really? Oh, you lying, man. You lying. You ain't got no wife from England. I'm going to put her on the phone. Be respectful. I said, no, we can be respectful. She got on the phone. Said, hello, love. Oh, my goodness. Y'all like, wow. And she got on the phone. And said, okay, goodbye. Like, how in the world? How? You just walked over and had a conversation with her. That's all. That's all. Just had a conversation. She's just like everybody else. At the end of the day, she's got a beautiful accent. That's all. I said, wow. Wait. Can you ask her? Can you ask her about a spoonful of medicine? A spoonful, she went to medicine go down, and she got to say she was cool on the what? Yeah. That's like the friend I was locked up with. It was the three of them, 3 Irish. They're all 3 of them. One basically had a real thick Irish accent. And he's the one I had a bowl of Lucky Charms. I was eating Lucky Charms at the table. He said, what is that? He says, Lucky Charms. I can't do an Irish accent, but what that just close to. He said, what is that? It's Lucky Charms. You never had Lucky Charms before? It's this weird box. I said, you know this is not real, right? This is a stereotype. There's no leprechauns running around. Man, just calm down. It's an American thing at the end of the day. Well, boy, again, boy, he fell in love with it, man. I had to call my mom and ask her to bring me 2 boxes instead of 1 so he can get one to himself. Yeah, he fell in love with Lucky Charms. He loved that. He loved that cereal. I said, yeah. Tell me, it is actually magically delicious. I said, dude, you got to say it one time. Just say it one time. He says that catch a Lucky Charms is magically delicious. Perfect, dead on. Beautiful. Got some cool friends. He freaking loved that cereal, man. He fell in love with that. So he found that one part to be insulting. And the one part, he freaking loved it. It's amazing. Yeah, don't eat too much of it. The sugar content is through the roof. You be hyped up. Yeah. Everybody liked the Lucky Charms. You don't know, you better ask somebody. Better ask somebody. You don't know about no Lucky Charms. Like on, what's it called? What's it called? The show with the whatchamacallit. I can't think of his name at the end of the day. Yeah, man, what was yeah, baby. What's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name, man. What's the guy's name with the guy, the little mini me? I forget what his name was. Anyway, yeah, the assassin. The one was laughing at the table. What? They're always at the like charms. The one was laughing at the table and said, "What? What's so funny? Is you never heard it? The Americans, like they have this cereal, the leprechaun. You know, chases this guy, and he always says kids are always at the like charms. Always at the like charms. You don't get it? Oh, it's hilarious. They're always at the Lucky Charms. Oh man. But yeah, I had a couple Irish people try it. They liked it. Some didn't like it too much. They said it was too sweet, it was too much sugar. But some actually freaking loved it. So, yeah, it's the sweetest cereal you can possibly get. There is no cereal on the face of the planet that's more sweeter than Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms they're not even cheap on their marshmallows. There's tons of marshmallows in there. I think there's more marshmallows than the actual cereal in there. Then they turned around and they made this really crazy one. They made one where they actually took the bits, the puff with beets, the only holy grail, if anything that a mother could say that was new one, that cereal, which I freaking love, and they sprinkled it with bits of marshmallows. Oh my goodness. And then one of the boxes I got, they made the marshmallows extra huge. Yeah. And there was one limited edition. I had the limited edition green, limited edition chocolate, strawberry. They made strawberry. They made the one with the cornflakes, but I don't fancy that too much. Is that my thing? But they made a bunch of them. And then they made a limited edition with all marshmallows. But I got a chance to get my wish come true. Because if you go to Amazon, Amazon sells the Lucky Charm marshmallows in big, huge bags. I'm going to order one in huge, big bags. So when I got it and I found out about it, I got a whole entire cereal bowl with nothing but marshmallows and milk. Yep, at that point you will see the face of God. I know what color sounds like. It's going to wire like a mother. Especially me, I'm hyperactive. Can't be around that much sugar at the end of the day. That was freaking amazing. That's your Lucky Charm. Okay, we did 6 down. I know we did 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 6 down. That number disappeared. 6 down. Oh. Oh, you can't be 6 down from there. You have to be. Let me see. I can't take the whole thing. I want to take the whole thing, but I can't because it won't allow me. So if you're 6 down from here, if you're 1, 2, 3, then the next one is here. The next one's here. If we do them twice, I don't care. The next one's here. So we go 1, 2, 3. Are we at 3? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll take you. All right, cool. How do we got? We're at 20 files. How the freak we pick up 20? Oh, it's 20 files on one. But how the hell we pick up 20 files? I'm gonna jam my machine up. What time we got? 10:46. Man, I'm still downloading stuff and downloading stuff since 4 o'clock. Had to come in early to get it done. I got things to do tomorrow. I got installments to do, walkthroughs to do tomorrow. That's what I had to do. Installments and walkthroughs. It's getting hot in here. I gotta turn that projector up. It's cooking. Oh, the heat monger. Of course. Can't go near the projector because of the heat monger. I can't go near it because of the heat monger. You'll have to sweat and die in this room because I am the heat monger. I need my heat. Oh, I got my fan on. I'm good. Oh, a heat monger. Did you just cut off a duct system? Yeah, you did. got a mask on like that. Oh, I can see that happening. Repairing ducts. Them sending drones through there to clean, to fix them and clean them. I can see that happen. You still have to have somebody on the other end to operate it, but they can operate manually by themselves. I mean, remotely by themselves, but you still have somebody operate it. That's not a bad idea. You got a drone system that can repair ducts and stuff like that from the inside out. That'd be sick. See, another business adventure for those who fly experts at flying drones. I've seen people fly drones, man. Like, my goodness, man, they do some insane stuff with those things. Shame, by the time I leave out of here, I can't share my new PC case. We got a new PC case we're going to be building. Compact to put my stuff in, so I don't want to all over the place. There you go. Or we got them to download. We're getting this. We can do 20 at a time. That is fantastic. Fantastic. What do we got now? Upload 6 to go. 6 out of 20. Fire. Fire! Out of 20. Oh, boy. I forgot about this part. If I knew how to go through this, I would have did this ahead of time, so I didn't have to go through it. I load them off from the phone to the PC. I didn't realize I had to load them from the PC back to the what's it called? Oh, they uploaded. 14 out of 20 is all 14 out of 20 running. The ones that are running 2 running. 14 out of 20. That one just locked in. Sheesh. Yes, man. How long it? We got the 2 on that still running. What do we have? All right, 19. 19, one more left. Let me start a new file. So we did 6 out of that. All right, let's drop the other ones in there. Let me see. Upload. All right, he's got the one in there. We'll drop to. I think we're way past 6. Why did you jump in there? 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Give me this. And bring it down to. Wait if I can get away with it. That. What do we have in this upload? 52 files. 52 in the file. We should do this. Most of them are short files anyway. Do that. There we go. That's better. All right. Cool. Oh, we got the stars and the stars. The stars are stars. Ain't good. Need my apples right. Yeah. Need my apples right. I got some apples. Cinnamon apples everywhere. Remember how ugly the desk look? Which doesn't make a difference, but painted over it. But bam. I took one coat, covered everything. Yep, that marked up crazy desk. One coat of that paint over there. Change the desk that quick. One coat application covers everything. The cool thing about it is my panels. These are my panels. Lift them up, take them with me. Desk stays new. Oh. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Ah! I find it funny on those postcards. You guys are idiots. They're doing all this stuff on the postcard. They're going to do all this stuff and using fake addresses while you're doing it. That's just a threat to you, dummies. And you can't use your real address when you're basically saying you're going to be making the call to wherever zoning may be. That means you already committed. You said you meant it a threat. I use all my real information, my real emails, because I have real evidence against you. You don't have no evidence against me at all. Period. If you did, you would have put your real address down there, but you can't. What was the point of all that? We find your address anyway. Gee, but we went to go out to hide his address. We have to end up getting his address. When you said you had contact zoning, you never contacted zoning. All that stuff you talked about, we know, because I contact zoning. I know the procedure and paperwork you have to go through to breach out the zoning. You guys don't know jack. This guy can't even spell, let alone talk correctly. And you said you contacted zoning? Yeah, right. You know how to write paper documents. There's forms you have to fill out. All that, there's forms. You know, a basic document. All that talk about I contacted, you didn't contact Jack, but I did contact them about you and gave them your information, your address, where you're located at. We know you're at 12H. Don't put it on a freaking envelope. Trying to be slick. You got his address, his apartment number now. You can't move out of there. Section 8's a little different. You can't just up and move. Once you're assigned to a place, you are assigned to that place. That's why I tell you, when you get those vouchers, make sure, sorry, he's not in Section 8, he's in public housing. Make sure that you know exactly where you want to be at. The only way you probably much can move from there, unless you basically show that the place is condemned, it has some damages or whatever, then you got to move you someplace safe or someplace else. Other than that, you're there. You can't just up and leave. He's stuck in that unit. And this building's pretty brand new to a certain degree. From what I've seen, of course, the people complain about it, but that's average wear and tear in a hotel. These are an apartment complex. That's average wear and tear you're going to have that regardless. But they're pretty brand new. So with that being said, the maintenance, it doesn't have any real crazy maintenance issue. Just probably lack of fix on things. That's basically about it. But then that's pretty much everywhere you go. But anyway, yeah. You ain't going to up and leave anywhere at all, period. Your funding, everything is in that building. Because he has to go to the social worker and all that stuff. They have to get approval and all that stuff. They're the ones that pay the vouchers for his building. What you make at the end of the day. That's what they do. So you don't lose your funding. The minute he goes to jail, that's gone. They're going to close him out, close his case. So when you contacting me, telling me, oh, we'll contact you, you're going to contact chat. If you can't put your real information up there at the end of the day and who you are and where it came from, you got to go in as anonymous, that means at the end of the day, you ain't got jack. It means what we got against you is we can use the very thing you said against us against you in court, which we're doing. That's how I got that approval. I got that approval so fast because of the naked pictures he sent over. And mind you, like I said, his fingerprints, a lot of the envelopes are not open. His fingerprints are sitting on the inside of them. Handwriting, all that stuff. You wrote your handwriting on it? Bad idea. McAfee, your stuff is over there right now. Your stuff's been over there for a while, so your stuff is part of the investigation. Guys and calls himself PC King, guess what? You're over there too. Both of your YouTube channels too. We on both your YouTube channels and sent them over. And a couple of them got your face on. Matter of fact, one of them shows you walking out in front of your house. Because that YouTube channel isn't about me, it's about his family too. And we saw you walking out of your house in one of the videos and docked it. So we know your location at, you idiot. Gee Louise, that didn't do so good. Got your location. Walk right out of this house. You saw the front of the house. I say, oh, interesting. What's your whole YouTube channel? Your family and everything's in there. How do you go on YouTube, do dumb stuff, and then basically record some of your videos with your family members in it? They all loaded. 16 out of 52. Are we still loading? We got 16 out of 52. Although it's not fully complete yet. And I'll never figure out where I'm at. Here's one. Right there, I could press the load up. Jamie, you make a horrible Batman. You would. You would make an LLC on the back cave. Everybody will know where it's at. The jerk will be back there laughing. He did what? You put an LLC on the back cave? Really? So you know where the back cave is at? It's right here. Just look it up. Fortress of Solitude. You screw up there too. If we put an LLC on it, they'll figure out where it's at. You get kicked off the Legion of Doom. You put an LLC, ran a business out of the Legion of Doom. And you put an LLC, now they know where the Jew's at. You ever do dumb stuff like that? Yeah. Jeez, please. I even have you in the storage unit. Somebody broke down the audio in the storage unit. Crystal clear. You can hear him say, my business. Yeah, you said your 3D business, right? You took claim for all that. Oh man, I can't wait for you to meet Disney. Disney will sue you for just about. There was something going on with Mortel. It's something about a color. The girl's color, it does look like it. It does look like it, but technically it's not. Yeah, Disney's going to sue the daylights out of her. What they're going to do is to make sure she runs out of money, they're going to tie it up in litigation. They can tie it up in years in litigation. They know they can. It'll eat her resources up. She's just better just bailing out. Because they can be bullies sometimes. They can be bullies. You got the money and power, but you got a lot of control in your end. The basic, the tip the scales on it. That's the problem with you guys right now. You don't have any. I guarantee that the majority of your lawyers will contact us or beg for a plea deal. I bet you. When we send them over the evidence we have against you, they're going to ask you a plea deal. You know what the answer to that one is, right? No. I figure you're adults. Know what you were doing, right? You're none of y'all special needs or whatever at the end of the day. Y'all know what y'all were doing. You're in your right mind, right? Okay, then you deserve that time. That first day is going to be a doozy. That first day is going to be a doozy. It is. I do want to know location where you're going to be at for prison. I want you to let me know. That's something I need to ask. Do we get to know where they send you? Of course we should know where they send you, because we're in a courtroom. They should tell you where they send you. How many years you're going to get? Yeah, we would know that. Definitely where you're going to be at. So that means when we leave out of the courtroom to go home, you are going to do and send you up. Where they're going to transport you to. So that first night is a doozy, man. A doozy. That's when you got to learn the ropes, what to do and what not to do. There's a lot of rules, a lot of rules, a lot of rules. And they all can lead to you getting your behind whipped at the end of the day. Learn the rules. Don't make any mistakes while you're in there. Don't anything off your bed. I told you about that one. Don't anything off your bed. Nothing on your bed. You get some crackers, chips, honey buns, cigarettes. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. What freaking you think you're living at a hotel? They're gonna leave mints on the bed? You don't touch them. I don't know how I gotta tell you this over and over again. Like you should know this, but usually the newbies and young boys go in there. They don't know anything at all. They find they nervous, scared. They start eating it. Big mistake. I mean, you gotta be friendly, but you can't be too friendly. You don't think you're nervous. Can't do that. Can't stay in your cell. Gotta mingle. But you gotta know who to mingle with and who not to mingle with. Can't ask too many questions about this, that, and the other, because that can get you hurt. A whole lot of rules you're gonna learn while you're in there. Especially when you're with your cellie. Hey, your bunk, or what are you gonna call it at the end of the day? You know, rules at the end of the day. People do bump into their cellies. Where I bumped into a couple of mine. They didn't know who I was. I knew who they were. Actually, one of them I did. We were cool when we were in there. We were really cool. I bumped into him a couple of times. I actually bumped into him. I was going to work on the L. He was going to another job. I was just coming up to work. He was going to work. I said, oh, shoot. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Spent a lot of time here with that joker, man. He's an excellent basketball player, by the way. But yeah. I said, yo, what the frick you doing? Where you at? He said, I'm over here, so. Really? It's crazy when you see somebody you spent that much time with lock up, man. And y'all both free? That's pretty cool at the end of the day. You seen the rest of them? I said, nah, I only seen you. Only seen him. He's the only person I saw. No, and I saw the other one. I saw him. He didn't recognize who I was. He was smoked out. He got out here and that crack ate him up. Crack ate him up. He got hooked on crack while he was out here. He didn't recognize me. I recognized him. He was right in my area, too. I didn't know he even lived in that area. I'm surprised I didn't know him when I was in there. Yep. That's crazy. I think I only met between two of them since I've been out. Only two. That's it. I didn't see any of the Irish. The Irish, when they went to California. The Irish are in California. I'm going to start their own business out there. They cook quite well. Medical marijuana. They're both good. Actually, there's four of them. One Italian and three Irish. Which it's weird how the other the Italian tried to kill the Irish years back and he tried to steal from him. But he didn't know who he was. He just saw some guy jump over his gate and grab an old plant. He was throwing trees back there, literally trees of weed, and throwing the trash bag. And he came out there with an axe and chased him down his alleyway. But anyway, they became good friends. Like later on in lockup, didn't know they knew each other in previous time. They just didn't know it. We got there sitting there waiting to go to court, and everybody started talking because there's the only thing you can do in there talk. And they started having this conversation, and they started looking at each other like, "Oh crap!" I said, "You two knew each other," and they knew each other at one point. He tried to kill him with an axe, and they were good friends. They were best friends in there. So I was sort of laughing about it. That man, you're lucky we're good friends. I'd kill you about right now. Yeah, it was funny. It was real funny. They're both good at it's not only they smoke weed, they knew a science behind it. Like, I didn't even think it was like that. All my friends smoke weed at the end of the day. So I'm thinking they're just smoking this plant. But these guys were different, man. These guys knew a science behind it, like different. Like Pineapple Express. They were like that. They were literally like that. Like Pineapple Express. The Italian and 3 Irish, they were like that. They were smart too on top of that. And they did different types of weeds and experiments and stuff like that. And that's what he was doing. He had a whole little farm out there in his backyard. They experimented making different types of weed. They had a science behind it. They explained all this stuff at the end of the day. I said, wow, it's just more than what I thought it was. It's actually incredible. And later on, I heard that they took a risk in some business, which now today would be worth a lot of money. They got into medical marijuana. Started in California, got a little piece of land out there. And they got to be rich by now, super rich by now, because that stuff blew up. Back then, it was like unheard of, you know what I mean? It was something you had to get a lot of permission to do this, permission to do that, so on and so forth. But yeah, started a business and all. Which I'm glad for. I'm happy. They didn't go back into the other world they were in. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. It's like watching all the turtles leave from the sand. Not all will make it. Some will make it, swim off, and grow up to be bigger turtles, and some would just be eaten by other prey, and some would just die and never make it off. They'll be trampled down. That's the theory when people leave. All turtles get to be big turtles. But, yep. The dusty moon. Dusty moon. The moon is dusty. Are we looking at outer space over here? On a screen that produces 100% contrast. Oh. Oof. How many we got? 36 uploaded out of 52. Oof. We're gonna be here forever. I'm never gonna leave this place. I'm never gonna leave. Maybe 3 days later, I'll be here like 2 more videos to go and I'm done. I don't need these videos. I want to replace all my pictures with videos now. The videos show more. They do more. They do a lot more than basically just pictures. Don't let anybody take anything off your plate. You know, it's interesting. I can't say I don't care what happens to you, because some stuff gonna happen to you. But I'm just saying, don't let anybody take anything off your plate. Unless you go in and you connected, then you're good. I got families connected on the opposite side. They're very violent. They are. They should find God and seek God. I wish they would, but they won't. They like the life they're in. But anyway, the ones Jamie ticked off. Because you mentioned their names and they don't know. That's why they want to talk to them, because they want to know, how do you know us? Because that's why you don't mention people. Being smart, being big man on camera. Yeah, you call us some big dogs, man. You have no idea what you barked upon, man. You should never mention those people at the end of the day. I don't even mention them. You will never hear me mention call their names. Heck no. Anyway, so yeah, they're gonna try. They're gonna try to take something off your plate, food off your plate, because they figure they can get extra something off your plate. If you don't fight them, they're looking for a fight. Some are just looking for a fight. Some at the end of the day are just basically just trying to see if they can get something extra off of you. If you're on your phone card, they're going to definitely walk over to you and ask you, can they make a phone call? Don't do that. If they make a phone call, they'll be making a phone call every day, and they're going to be taking your phone call from you. So you're going to have to fight sooner or later. You definitely have to fight. McAfee does not look like a type person. Aaron Rodgers do not like a type of people that will basically do well in confrontation. They don't. At all, period. Yeah, there's flames in outer space. Oh, the sun. The freedom. There's flames in outer space. Sun, dude, sun. There's flames in outer space. Sun. Ugh. Now, it wouldn't even cross my mind half the time if I was in lockup. If I didn't go there myself and spend time in there myself to see what it was like in there, then I really wouldn't say much about it because I wasn't even there to tell you about it. But since I was there, I know exactly everything that is going to pretty much happen at the end of the day. If you end up in the wrong place, talk to the wrong people, or somebody tries to extort you out of nowhere. I saw that one guy, they put him in a pod, and he said, man, I didn't do anything. The guy walked up and said, yo, I'm $20. He wanted his money. He said, I don't even know the guy at all, period. They had to transfer him to another unit. He was scared to death. They went into his place and he took his stuff. That's why. Excuse me, he owed money so he can take whatever he has. You don't even know the guy. The guy did it to extort him, to get money out of him, take stuff from him. He didn't have anything, so they started taking his stuff, his belongings. So they put him in another pod by himself. Now he got a little bit of solitary confinement going on. Good luck with the madness. Curious. Do you know you can't buy a planet? Nope. All the money you have in the world, you can be super ultra rich. You can people over in the countries where they have all that oil, they're super ultra rich. You can't buy planets. No one can claim the moon. No one can claim the sun. Nothing. You can't buy a planet. I looked that up. They got people spending money to NASA to go out of space. $10 million going out of space. But you can't buy a planet. Let me see, 43. Why can't you buy a planet? You cannot legally buy a planet, primarily due to the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, which prohibits any nation or individual from claiming a planet. I love research, man. I research everything, man. My brain constantly ticks like, man, I wonder why you can't do this, I wonder why you can't do that, and so forth and so forth. Can't buy planets. They had that treaty in 1967, 1 year before I was born, that no country could ever buy another planet. You can't own the sun, can't own the moon, can't do none of that. Besides, even if you were to own it, you can't do anything with it anyway. You can't live on it. How are you going to live on Neptune? You'll freeze to death. It's the farthest from the sun. It'll never happen. It'll never be the habitat, any of these planets, ever. You don't even, with all the money in the world, you still couldn't even make it to them. Look at SpaceX. How far did SpaceX reach Neptune? Oh, never been there, right? What about Saturn? Any one of those planets? Mars? Nothing, right? Ain't even hit the moon yet. So if that's the case, and even if you had the type of money he has, his disposable income, you still can't get there. You ain't got the technology to reach from A to B. You can't claim it. So you can do anything with it if you even had it. And if you did buy it, you couldn't do nothing with it. You know, build something on there, good luck with that. What's the temperature in Neptune? Yeah, good luck with that. Approximately 353 Fahrenheit. You know ain't no way you survive in that. 214 Celsius? No, cold 214 Celsius. That's beyond uninhabitable. There's no type of machinery that would even survive in that. You'd have all types of malfunctions going on. Oh yeah, that's never going to happen, ever. Never going to happen. That's interesting how God made the only planet livable is Earth. Every other planet is like beyond unlivable. Just in case, we get the idea that we can get there. Impossible. Gee whiz. Atmosphere temperature. None of these places have water, which is needed because we need water to survive. The temperature and cloud temperature is around 330. That's crazy. What's the temperature on Mars? Temperature approximately 80 Fahrenheit to 60 Fahrenheit. Can't be on that. The equator low 220 Fahrenheit. That'd be right. Can we live on Mars? Yeah, it'll be a lot of dead people. Mars is somewhat livable, but no, not realistically it'll happen ever. Because again, the temperature up there is still way beyond what we have here on Earth. A lot of people have died. And besides, I mean, you'd be doing the whole freaking, what was that show called? I forget what it was called, about the people lived in outer space and charge them money for air. That's literally what would happen. If you need air to survive in outer space, in a capsule, wherever you're living at, they're going to charge you for air. It's needed, like water. Well, technically you get water from anywhere, to be honest, but they still charge you for water. Electricity, I mean, pretty much you can get electricity from other places. You really don't have to have electricity. But before you had all that technology, they still charge you for water. They charge you for basically for having electricity in your home. All that stuff you get charged for. Stuff that you need for everyday living. You move to another. You move off Earth. You go into one of these planets at the end of the day, and they figure a way to get you to live on there in some kind of capsule unit. They're going to charge you for air. What person wouldn't? What person in their right mind wouldn't capitalize on that? They need it. Anything that you need, they can get money out of you because they can capitalize on it. You have to have air, you'll die. So you'll pay the bill. We sit up there like the freaking, what's it called? Total Recall. Talking about the price of air went up again. Man, I can't even afford to live. You'll be just like that. Just like you pay a gas bill, electric bill, you'll be paying for air. So the difference is if you don't have gas, then you just don't have gas. That's all to it. There's other ways to get around not having gas. If you have electric, there's other ways of getting around not having electric either. But if you're talking about you don't have any freaking any air, you're gonna die. So the lady will run out of oxygen. Tanks will run out of oxygen. Well, that's gonna happen. All right, this is gonna be a long process. I gotta go. I got something I gotta take care of. It's 11:29. 11:29. Because I didn't have my phone on the charger the whole time. 11:29. So I gotta compare him. Let this thing do what it needs to do. Do what it needs to do. And me, at the other hand, I'm gonna go take care of some business. I got some stuff I gotta go check out. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. It's 52. Gonna cancel that. We're gonna cancel it. Just reload it. Put it back in. Let me do my thing. Oh, so forgot to add real quick before I disappear out of here. This new ADL Black Fusion Gamer will be on the other site before we basically hit the 2027 mark. So it will be available at a 46-inch screen, which is 24 by 36. So it will be available. I want to see how it does. Let's see how it does. Till then, I got somebody else about to buy a dozen of them. For his gaming studio. Bam! And we didn't even have to 3D print it to do it. Let me see. Yeah, what about 3D printing? Ain't nothing wrong with 3D printing at the end of the day. As long as you ain't stealing from people, that's all that matters. As long as you ain't stealing or robbing people at the end of the day. Taking somebody's merchandise that don't belong to you. It's funny. People steal from people. Have 3D prints to steal from people. Just imagine if people are allowed to come into your house and take what they want. You be having a fit. Like, you don't have a right to take that. You're in what? You know, you're gonna steal from other people. You deserve to have people take from you. What do we have going on? This is Marketplace, right? Did I just go? Did it reload? What did we get? I'm curious what we got in Marketplace. Oh, no, you can't go through there. You can't go through there. You gotta go through here. Oh, we got 52. Doesn't make a difference. Grab one. I just need to upload the pictures. I gotta get out of here. So I'm gonna do for like over and over again. Drive me nuts. I gotta get out of here and do something else. Alright, it did break the connection. But I got them loaded on my phone, so I'm good. Don't you gotta go to pictures? Oh, no, you gotta go to pictures at the bottom. That's where we're at. Yow. Yeah, something mentioned. You're never going to get with them. They're never going to contact you. Never, ever going to contact you. Never, ever. With a lawyer, they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. Why? Because you don't know why. Wait, what was that? Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, we definitely did these. I definitely did all these. Yeah, I definitely did these already. Yeah, because I remember we did one after that one. We did those. L-O-U-N-G. Wait, let me see. Ah, slowly. I'm gonna go with you. I wasn't repeating in all this. Oh man, really that many? I'm taking my risk. I'm gonna do this. What do we have? 118. 118. We should be doing 118 without it freezing up. Because most of these are small files. Alright, I'm out of here. Just gonna take a walk. I'm gonna jet out the door, go see some people. Gotta go take a look at this other place. I gotta go check out the forklift. We need a forklift. Definitely need a forklift. We gotta do larger containers. I get what I gotta get done. Heat monger. Gotta turn your heat up. This monger is chilling. Heat monger. What's up, heat monger? Raw. Put that projector better, right? Yeah. Right. I'll give you a minute. Get some more heat on you. It's hot in here as it is. Gee whiz. The heat monger. What's up, heat monger? I enjoy the heat. The heat enjoys me. I am the heat monger. I'm the guy who lives in the volcano. In the volcano. I'm the heat monger. Rah. Rah. I will bite your hands. I will bite your hands. Rah. I am the heat monger. Really does not bother me. Nothing bothers me, for I am the heat monger. Rah. Yeah. You're a flannel Pokemon cat. You're a flaming cat. Flaming cat. I am the ultimate Pokemon. Rah. Yep, gotta burn them all. Yeah, it should do well. It definitely should do well. It's loading up good. Those are loading up good. Should be able to knock out the whole 228, but it break it down. Okay, good. We're all coming in. Break it down. Like at least they're not gonna have videos in my freaking shopping carts instead of having pictures in there to show the product in action. Getting tired of putting links in there. This is driving me nuts. All right, with that being said, I am out of here. I got something to do today. Hope you enjoy your day at the end of the day. And I got things I got to do. All right, see you later. See you later.